Fire stopping saves lives. If your commercial building, manufacturing, or industrial facility was recently under construction or rehabbed, you'll want to make sure your fireproofing is up to date. Certified and skilled installation technicians will install fire stop systems that comply with national flame and temperature ratings. For a list of skilled Illinois regional installation contractors, visit local17insulators.com.
That's the sound of James adding long-lasting Gain scent boosters to his laundry this morning. Several hours later, James sniffs the irresistible scent of Gain on his shirt. Gain. Several hours later, James has even caught the attention of his mother-in-law, and she never gives him attention.
Ooh, you smell amazing, James.
Oh, thanks, Mom. I love you, too.
I never said that.
Add Gain scent boosters to your laundry. Add joy to your day.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part? They accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right, so we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
Well, I gave you the bets for today's game, but how about a place to make the bets? At Bet365, the bet of the game today. Whatever the moment is never ordinary at Bet365, and you can download the app today, Z.
Yeah, it's always a business, Scoop. Never forget.
That's right.
The lights are on, by the way, here at Wrigley Field, sponsored by AARP. Choose how you age with AARP. And a reminder that Ian Happ co-hosts the Compound Podcast, which is now a part of Odyssey Sports. New episodes drop each Wednesday with the latest discussion on the Cubs and baseball. Download and listen on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcast. Cubs hosting Milwaukee. This is the Cubs Radio pregame show, driven by your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Buick and GMC dealers. It is time now for the Inside Pitch, sponsored by Gilkey Windows. Upgrade your home today. Visit Gilkey.com. We say good evening to Score Baseball Insider Bruce Levine. Bruce, a lot can happen over the next 2 days.
Well, you're right, Zach. With 2 more games left in their series with Milwaukee, the Cubs own a 6-5 edge in head-to-head competition. Ian Happ, a weekly guest on the Scores Rahimi and Harris show, was asked if these two against the Brewers are must-win games.
No, they're not.
Okay.
I mean, we're still in August. Are they important games? Sure, every game's important, but these aren't the 2 most important games. These aren't like make or break the season games. These are 2 baseball games against a really good team that we get an opportunity to go play, and that's about it.
Happ explained further what the last month of the season means to the Cubs.
I totally understand it, but it's not, just because these are the last 2 times we're going to face them. I mean, we still have a month of baseball left. They still have a month of baseball left, and what happens in these 2 games, whether we win these 2, and it's the lead is whatever it is. Like it's not the end of the season. It has an impact for sure. Every one of these games is going to have an impact, but it's not going to determine kind of the outcome going forward.
Zach, the Cubs have the most favorable schedule in baseball after this series. They play the next 24 straight games against teams with a record under 500.
Bruce, thank you. We'll hear more from you a little bit later on in the show. The Cubs take on the Braves in a 3-game series starting Monday, September 1st. Be here for it. Get your tickets at Cubs.com/tickets. Coming up, the latest on Cade Horton. That's next on The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Cubs fans, it's Kyle Tucker. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Hey folks, Coom here. Since teaming up with the fine folks at Yuengling Beer, I've heard this question a lot. Ron, how has Yuengling managed to be around for 196 years? Well, it comes down to one thing. They brew great beer. Simple as that. It takes real quality to become the oldest brewery in America, and Yuengling's been doing it right since 1829. Whether it's traditional lager, light lager, Flight by Yuengling, they all have the same commitment to flavor and craftsmanship. Yuengling, the oldest brewery in America. Official beer of the Cubs Radio Network, DG Yuengling & Sons, Pottsville, PA.
Everything comes down to how you finish. And the wall covering, drywall finishing, signage, glass systems, and painting contractors at finishingchicago.com always produce a hit. Chicago's top general contractors and property managers rely on Finishing Chicago's industrial and commercial contractors to provide the most well-trained, safety-focused, and reliable crews. Before starting work on your next job site, check out their website, finishingchicago.com, your free resource to find quality finishing contractors.
Proud partner of Cubs Radio.
Good morning, Doctor.
Doctor?
Hi, Doctor.
Doctor?
Dr. Jackson's practice is growing.
What do you mean we're still short-staffed?
He needs a good patient doctor.
How do we not have enough doctors to doctor all these patients?
And he doesn't have the patience to sift through hundreds of resumes.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey, listen to this. All I needed was a new starter. Got a great deal on eBay. Did it myself.
Yeah, that's cool. But how about the soft purr of an upgraded exhaust when it fits just right?
For me, it's the little things. Like these new windshield wipers from eBay I installed.
From small fixes to big upgrades, eBay has all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
The clearance event is going on now at American Sale. Save up to 70% on pools,
kind of years, we've been part of the starting lineup that makes your tailgate legendary. With over 2,000 varieties of beer, 4,000 types of liquor, and over 8,000 wines, we're your pre- and post-game headquarters. It's not a game without a tailgate, and it's not a tailgate without discount liquor, where we have everything you need to cheer on a win. In Milwaukee, on 51st in Oklahoma, and in downtown Waukesha, on Barstow and Maine.
Discount liquor.
4. You've got to work on that swing, Jack.
Well, I get time now that the business is running efficiently.
Oh, yeah? How'd you make that happen?
SVA. They showed me how to analyze my financial statements to increase revenue and profit margins and control expenses. The value of the business has never been higher. And now I've got more time to work on my golf game.
Nice. Maybe make time for lessons, too.
At SVA Certified Public Accountants, we pride ourselves in providing business owners with measurable results. Visit SVA.com/golf to learn more.
Tsunami Express Car Wash, Milwaukee's #1 car wash. Make the double play every day with a wash and free detailing. Surf in to TsunamiExpress.com. Tsunami Express.
Wash, chill, repeat.
On Deck Show built by Menards continues. Jeff Levering joined by Brewers manager Pat Murphy. And Murph, today it's a Jacob Mizorowski start. Short outing his last time, 54 pitches, just an inning and a third. Second appearance for him, come off the injured list. Expectation-wise, pitch count, innings, what do you want to see from Miz?
I think Miz will go give us a good start. He knows the importance of every game he starts. He's getting his feet wet as a freshman, but I think he's, this guy's bright. He's not, unaware of what's he's trying to accomplish in the game, and he's going to have to go through growing pains, and that's just the way it is.
This is the first time that he's seeing a lineup for a second time. So scouting report-wise, the way that he's going to attack these hitters, this is his first real true test of how do you make adjustments against these guys that you've seen before.
I think so. I mean, he pitched well his first time, had a rough first inning, I guess, but settled down, gave us 5. If he can do that again, that'll be a big step, I think, just getting through it and with all the emotion and what he's been through in between the IL and the short start. So I think he'll be much better today.
Last thing for you, Joey Ortiz had to leave the ball game yesterday, fouled the ball off his back knee. You never see that. That never happens in the sport. It doesn't happen very often. But how's he feeling today?
Yeah, he's banged up. He wants to play. We're going to make a game time decision whether or not he can play. But Joey's a tough kid, and he's meant so much to this ball club. So I'm just hopeful that he can go.
He's not alone in the fact that if he's going to be able to play, he wants to play. That is a common thread in that clubhouse, that these guys want to play.
I think that's a positive. I really do. That whole kind of sophomore class of Turang and Frelick and Ortiz and even some of the freshmen in Durbin and those guys want to play every day. They'll play hurt. They'll play with an injury, and it just sets the tone. William Contreras, who's more of a junior, senior, he wants to play every day, and he's played hurt. It's a common theme. These guys, they want to play, and we've got to be smart about. You can't let them take that on and then not perform well, or end up getting hurt worse, or end up altering how they play.
All right, Murph, go get him tonight. Just one game to prepare for. That's a good thing.
Thanks so much, Jeff.
All right. That's Pat Murphy. On Deck Show built by Menards continues in a bit on the Brewers Radio Network.
Hey guys, you look hot.
Yeah, scorching. Feels like my head's on fire.
Wow, would you like something to cool you off?
Yeah, how about some ice? Ice is cold but doesn't have much flavor. How about some Cedar Crust ice cream?
Will Cedar Crest ice cream sandwiches do?
Yeah!
I thought so. There's a cooler full of them in the back. Kellen, help me get it out, and Arlo, go tell your teammates. We've got vanilla, black cherry, and peanut butter. Yum.
You're the best, Mom. Yeah, the best, like Cedar Crest.
Here's a club you'll want to get into, Club Citgo. It's the super easy app that opens the door to great fuel savings and more.
The beauty of this jersey is the feel, the texture, the thin, the stitching is heavy, so you kind of feel that jersey that was very heavy. Check it out, the last name and the number, they have a little glitter on them, so they kind of stack up. It just feels right. I had some really cool cleats to go with it. The way it gets dirty when you slide, it just kind of like rubs off on that glitter. It's really, really cool.
Darren Ashby after this on the Brewers Radio Network.
Becoming a truck driver doesn't have to be complicated. At Schneider, we make it easy to get your commercial driver's license and start your new career. With our CDL apprenticeship training, you'll get paid to become a truck driver in just 5 to 6 weeks and have a Schneider driving job waiting for you when you've completed the program. Plus, during training, Schneider will provide transportation, lodging, and meals at no cost to you. Ready to get your career on the road? Learn more and apply today at SchneiderJobs.com. That's SchneiderJobs.com.
Summer in Milwaukee is non-stop.
Festivals, live music, and fresh city vibes fill the season.
From world-famous cultural celebrations to hidden gem street fairs, every neighborhood is a stage, alive with handcrafted traditions, homegrown talent, and world-class entertainment.
Music, flavor,
culture. Whenever you visit, the Cream City is ready to celebrate. This summer, don't just visit, experience Milwaukee, the city of festivals. Learn more at visitmilwaukee.org/fest.
Most things people do could be done more safely. Sometimes it's common sense. Sometimes it's innovating a better way. But it's always about minimizing risk. For this purpose, West Bend is willing to come check out your business and help minimize your risks. It's precisely because of thinking like this that West Bend has been keeping businesses and employees safe for over 125 years. To find out more, visit thesilverlining.com. West Bend, the worst brings out our best.
Back with you on the On Deck Show, built by Menards. Brewers and Cubs getting set for Game 4 of this 5-game series here tonight at Wrigley Field. We're joined by Brewers reliever Aaron Ashby. Ash, first off, able to cover the last 3 2/3 of the game last night. That is a job well done, and I'm sure that you're glad that you were able to help save the rest of the bullpen with your work.
Yeah, certainly. That's kind of the idea. You have a couple days off there, and the bullpen had been used with the doubleheader and the couple games in Cincinnati. So just an opportunity for me to contribute in a way to set us up for today and the next day. So
everybody knew going into this stretch it's gonna be a challenging stretch, especially for the guys in the bullpen. How did they communicate with you guys on the front end of this that, hey, there could be some movement with some guys, there could be maybe a little bit more that we have to ask out of guys at times to get through this stretch of games?
Yeah, certainly. I think that any time that you go into a 19 for 20 or a 31 for 30 stretch of ball games, that's kind of the situation. Everything has to click almost perfectly during that time for there not to be any movement. So anytime there's something that happens, whether it's a doubleheader or short start, whatever that may be, it can kind of cause there to be some movement there. But I think it's important that we all know we're a part of this thing, and we all kind of just link arms and keep each other together, and not be sour or frustrated with anything. It's just kind of the business side of the game when that stuff happens. So, but we got a great group here.
It feels like your stuff is getting better every time you go out there right now. Do you feel it? Or are there nights where it doesn't feel maybe quite as sharp? Because it looks, at least when you look at the radar gun and everything else, it looks like the stuff is getting better.
I mean, yes and no. There's times as a reliever when you don't feel great, and you just kind of got to go out there and get it done. So I think typically throughout the years, my velo's always increased throughout the season. Just getting used to the workload and everything like that, and kind of building up that endurance throughout the season. I think it's important. It's important for me to have long outings like I did yesterday. It kind of teaches me how to.
Talk to me.
This is called a Crawford dog. Hamburger bun.
Yes.
2 split top Angus beef hot dogs griddled on the skillet, on the plancha.
Amazing.
And then we do a bacon onion jam with Crawford Bock beer.
Pick it up like a burger.
Pick it up like a burger, and you just go in, man.
Let's go to town.
Yeah.
Dude. Oh, best hot dog I've ever had. Best hot dog I've ever had. I love this, man.
This is how I grew up eating hot dogs.
Biggest thing we're bringing is a brand new Tony Gwynn drop I did with his estate. So we just signed a deal at therealist.com to actually go through his entire archives, present them, and auction them off. And to announce it, we did this limited edition 1994 The Lost Season card. Because, between August of 93 and May of 95, Tony Gwynn batted .406 in 162 games. So in the back, we have the stats of what could have been.
I went to college at Northeastern University, and all my friends were Red Sox fans, and while in my 3 years there, I really grew to appreciate Red Sox Nation and everything that they bring to the table, and once I got my head wrapped around the trade, I was really, really excited. I think they have one of the most iconic logos, these 2 socks right here on the sleeve. I love keeping it simple, really fond of the font, and I think it's a really cool look.
Are awesome. So yeah, it's been a wonderful thing, man.
Big part of this game is turning the page, right? And that's easier to do when you have something like that waiting for you at home.
Yeah, certainly. You almost, it's not even an option to take the game home, good or bad. It's like, it's time to be dad. Mom's being mom and dad all day. So when I get home, it's my turn, and there's nothing more great to come home to than a child. So it's really cool.
I promised you hard-hitting questions, so we appreciate it. You survived them all just fine. Thank you, Aaron. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Aaron Ashby with us here on the On Deck Show, built by Menards. Starting lineups when we return after this to Wrigley Field on the Brewers Radio Network.
You know the voice.
Fly ball, right field, out of here!
You know the iconic calls.
Fly ball, deep right! Back to back!
And you know he's our Brewers 360 guest on Wisconsin's Morning News. Every Wednesday at 8:45. It's Brewers broadcaster Jeff Levering. Brewers 360 is sponsored by Outdoor Living Unlimited and Big Fish Contracting.
It's the end of summer here in the Milwaukee area, but soon enough, you'll be dealing with cold winter temperatures once again. Time to have Window Nation replace your home's windows in 1 day or less. Right now, get 50% off all window styles, plus 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 2 years. You could also score 2 tickets to a Brewers game if you replace all the windows in your home. Hurry, Milwaukee. This sale ends soon. Call 866-90-NATION or visit windownation.com right now.
Window Nation is a proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers.
Imagine summer in Prairie du Chien, Wisconsin, right on the Mississippi River. It's a perfect spot for boating, fishing, and fun. Surrounded by scenic bluffs and some of the best hiking and camping around, there's so much to explore. You can experience Prairie du Chine's fascinating history and unwind with live music events that fit the vibe you're looking for. Some great places to grab some food and drink too. Relax and have a good time. Book your place to stay and discover more at prairieduchine.org.
At Tony Wendorf and Associates First Weber Group, we believe in the human side of real estate. For us, it's faith, family, and friends in that order. We live that every single day. I'm Tony Wendorf. We move fast, negotiate with confidence, and communicate clearly so our clients win. We operate from a place of gratitude, having donated nearly $200,000 back to our community since 2020. You deserve a team that delivers a luxury experience no matter the price point. Contact us today to get started. Tony Wendorf and Associates, trusted knowledge, superior service. Contact us at wendorfteam.firstweber.com.
Brewers Radio on 620 WTMJ is sponsored by IKEA, with locations in Oak Creek, Bolingbrook, and Schaumburg, offering stylish, affordable home solutions for every stage of life. Visit IKEA.com/US.
Back with you on the On Deck Show, built by Menards. The Brewers and the Cubs getting set for what is Game 4 of this 5-game series here tonight. And it's time for the starting lineups. They're presented by Wisconsin Infrastructure Investment Now. Supporting Wisconsin's critical infrastructure, visit WIIN at wisconsininfrastructure.com. Brewers come.
It burns cleaner than regular fuel, but it does more than that. It's
quality ingredients and a dedication to our craft is how we do it. The kid knows something about that.
Hi, this is Robin Young. The best measure of greatness is consistency over time. Lots of guys can have a great game or a good month, but it takes real dedication and hard work to do it year after year. Usingers has been doing it that way for over 140 years and never had a slump. That's a winner, and that's how you make it to the Hall of Fame. Usingers in baseball. It's just not summer without them.
Before we continue, 10 seconds station ID on the Brewers Radio Network. Milwaukee Brewers baseball is brought to you by Citgo. Miller Lite, it's Miller time. Concordia University of Wisconsin. Usinger's famous sausage, Usingers in baseball, it's just not summer without them. American Family Insurance, Menards, Prevea Health, Construction Business Group, Wisconsin Infrastructure Investment Now, Delta Dental, Quick Trip, Woodman's Food Markets, Pomps Tire, West Bend Insurance, The Silver Lining, U.S. Cellular, Built for Us, Carbless, a premium ready-to-drink cocktail, Island Resort and Casino, Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, Cousins Subs, Potawatomi Sportsbook, Cedar Crest Ice Cream,
Wisconsin Biofuels, Wisconsin Laborers District Council, and the Wisconsin Dental Association. Brewers and Cubs, Game 4 of this 5-game series on the north side of Chicago. We'll have the first pitch for you in just a moment on the Brewers Radio Network.
For over 4 decades, one name has stood out as a symbol of excellence in automotive sales and service. It's the Boucher Automotive Group, dedicated to providing exceptional experiences to all of our valued customers.
We will help you find the perfect vehicle within your budget while respecting your time.
With 20 convenient locations.
It's a 5-man umpiring crew here today in this young superstar.
And did their feet get tangled up? Yes, so Hoppy Tritt, they got their feet tangled up before the ball came down.
That goes helicoptering into the net. It's prime time.
And that ball is off the ladder. It's actually off the ladder. You never see that.
A little tumble behind the mound. Hat fell off. That was awesome. I mean, you just don't see that.
South side of Chicago, where are you at? This was the first time I got traded, but I was so excited to wear these pinstripes and be a South side of Chicago boy. This jersey right here is an all-star jersey. You can see on the back the all-stars and the all-star patch there. Being an all-star and being who I was called over there to be was something I was real proud of.
Here we are, Arlington, Texas. This is the Graham Slam Burger. So 2 patties, brisket, caramelized onion, American cheese, ranch aioli, or ranch mayo, if you will.
Oh yeah, we're in Texas.
Yeah.
It's something that you definitely want to take a picture of and just put on the gram. I took a bite of it, but it still looks dope.
It's a burger that looks great, but also delicious.
Deck Show built by Menards. Brewers and Cubs getting set for Game 4 of this 5-game series. Time to drive around the league. It's presented by Construction Business Group. Wisconsin operating engineers and trusted contractors building Wisconsin together. Nationals out to an early 5-1 lead over the Mets. Actually not that early. It's going to the bottom of the 5th inning in D.C. Miami has a 3-1 lead at home over the Cardinals in the bottom of the 5th. No score between the White Sox and the Braves in the bottom of the 4th inning. And the Yankees with an early lead down in Tampa, 1-0 over the Rays in the bottom of the 2nd. Ready for play-by-play. Here's Jeff Levering.
All right, thanks so much, Lane. And a reminder, this copyright broadcast is presented by authority, the Milwaukee Brewers Baseball Club. May not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Milwaukee Brewers Baseball Club. It's also brought to you by your friends, the Boucher Automotive Group. Visit them today at Boucher.com. Sal Frelick digs in to lead it off against his former teammate Colin Ray. Time called as the Brewers bullpen gate was open underneath the right field grandstands. It's closed. And we'll get to work as Ray, always from the stretch, wind blowing in on a chilly night. The pitch is a strike, and off we go. .705 our first pitch today, and always the first pitch brought to you by our friends at Carbless. The 0-1 hit it fouled at Frelick, and it's 0-2. Premium cocktails in a can. Stop at your local grocer, stock up for the game or for your next tailgate. Carbless, less is more. 71 degrees, but with the breeze, feels a little cooler. Check swing and fastball up, and Sal Frelick is out. 3 pitches and a strikeout of Sal Frelick, number 1 for Colin Ray. Brewers got to Ray back in Milwaukee a couple of starts ago.
He's been better on the road than he has here at home, and big part of that is the home run ball. But tonight, home runs are going to be few and far between as Isaac Collins takes a breaking ball for strike one. Wind is gusting in from center field. Going to take a tank down the lines to get one out. 0-1 to Collins. Missed outside barely. 1 ball, 1 strike. Zone's going to be tight tonight with Dan Bellino. He is one of the more hitter-friendly strike zones in Major League Baseball. 1-1 to Collins. It is high. 2 balls and a strike on Isaac. 0 for 8 in the series. Looking for his first hit since coming back from the paternity list. 2-1. Swing and a bouncer foul. First base side up against the tarp and underneath the tarp. Might be down there for a month or until the next time they get rain. Just disappeared back there. 2-2 on Isaac Collins. Back in the number 2 spot in the lineup. Pitch from Ray. Swing and a miss. He struck him out with a splitter. Back-to-back Ks for Colin Ray. And the Cubs picking up from where they left off last night. Swept the doubleheader. 6-4 in game 1, and then in game 2 a 4-1 final. And now it's William Contreras. Contreras 2 out of 12 in the series with a couple of walks. Was 1 for 4 in the finale last night. First pitch swinging, comes up empty. 96 from Colin Ray, maybe getting a boost from the wind behind him. Ray ready to work again, and his pitch. Ground ball right side. Horner ranging, fielding, and throwing from shallow right. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Colin Ray. Jacob Mizorowski will take the mound at Wrigley Field for the first time in his career. When we come back, No Score on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance.
The leader in the dugout, the skipper, the man who...
Guess who that is? Roger McDowell.
Check him out. He has his uniform on upside down with the shoes on the hand, and it looks like he's walking on his hands. Has his cap hanging down. That's supposed to be his head. Well, the Mets really trying to turn it around. They do, however, trail in this ball game 4-0. I love that.
Choice for a flexible, career-focused education on your schedule. Lakeland University. Experience it your way.
Cubs coming up in the bottom of the first inning against Jacob Mizorowski. First ever start for him at Wrigley Field. Starting against the Cubs for the second time in his career. Faces Michael Busch, left-handed batter. First one from Miz is a strike at 100 miles an hour at the belt, and it's 0-1. Command was an issue for Mizorowski his last time out against the Cincinnati Reds. An inning and a third through 54 pitches. 0-1, foul back by Busch. Another fastball at 100, about belt high, and it's 0-2. The Cubs were very aggressive against Mizorowski in the first inning in his start back on the 28th of July. His last start before going on the injured list. 3 infield singles against him led to 3 runs. Only 2 were earned, though. He was brilliant after. The 0-2 misses high and wide with a fastball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ended up going 4 innings and struck out 7 out of 40 pitch first inning. 1-2 on Busch. Pitch home is a pop up. Shallow center. In comes Perkins. Wind continues to push it in, and he makes the catch. 1 up and 1 down in this first inning for Ian Happ. Well, unfortunately for our friend Stacy Hogland from Montreal, Wisconsin. She was our contestant in the Quick Trip Around the Bases contest presented by Old Wisconsin Snack Sticks. Brewers scoring the first run. Stacy would have won $100 from Quick Trip and Old Wisconsin Snack Sticks. But the Brewers went 3 up and 3 down. So sorry, Stacy. Try again tomorrow. Ian Happ at the plate. First pitch to him is right at the knees at 101 for strike 1. Happ hitting from the left side. Suzuki's on deck. 0-1 coming. And that popped in and out of the glove of Contreras, and because of that, it cost Mizorowski a strike. Curveball on the outside corner, but Contreras couldn't catch it. It had strike written all over it. Snapped off a couple of good curveballs so far. The 1-1 to Ian Happ. Line foul off the netting. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And a pitch at 100. Miz looks a lot better today than he did against the Reds from the get-go. One-two pitch. Missed outside. Another fastball at 100. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
That outing against the Reds, he struck out Friedel to start it up, but his misses were big misses. Everything that's missed so far here has been a quality miss.
And he walked 3 and even hit a batter for the first time in his career last time out. Happ swings and misses at a fastball at 101. 2 up and 2 down for Mizorowski in the bottom of the first inning. He just blew Happ away. Seiya Suzuki, the DH, hits against Mizorowski. Brewers baseball brought to you by Miller Lite, the original light beer. Great taste, only 96 calories. It's Miller time. Suzuki, 1 out of 9 in the series. First pitch to him is a breaking ball for a strike. Suzuki, 247, 27 home runs, and 86 runs batted in. 1 fewer RBI than Christian Yelich. Setting up down the middle, the 0-1 is a strike right where the glove was on a slider at 97. That slider was not a good pitch for Mizorowski his last time out against the Reds. That one left over the middle of the plate, but it had enough of a funk on it that Suzuki didn't offer. 0-2, Mizorowski deals, and it's fouled away. 1-0-1 with the fastball. Colin Ray went 1-2-3 in the top half of inning number 1. Mizorowski trying to do the same thing. 0-2 pitch. It's hit foul off the front foot of Suzuki. And lands right at home plate. Wind has shifted ever so slightly, now blowing in more from right field. It was drastically blowing in from center for much of the day. Off the lake, the sea was angry today, my friends. 0-2 pitch. In tight, nearly hit him with a slider. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The ocean that is Lake Michigan. And the waves were rumbling. 1-2 on Seiya Suzuki. The pitch is down and in. Tried the curveball and Suzuki laid off. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The beat goes on. This will be the 7th pitch of the sequence. From the stretch, Miz deals. Fly ball right center. Perkins back onto the track and makes the catch right in front of the basket. Jacob Mizorowski bouncing off the mound says thank you very much. Wind blowing in off the lake. Otherwise it's 1-0 Cubs. Welcome to Wrigley Field, and the wind is blowing in. No scores. We go to the second on the.
Moniak on the run, sliding grab, and he can't get it. It rolls up the line.
Well, a bloop single and now a bloop double. You see him just slip right off the bat.
Clean up on base number 1. Lourdes throws the pineapple up the line. What is going on down here? Back in the produce section. That's good.
How about that? Myers went all the way to the 380 mark. He had that in his glove. Wow.
This is a good one right here. The Padres. Little pinstripe unis. We would wear these every Thursday. When I kept it, I wanted to keep it all dirty. I always felt like if you didn't get dirty in a baseball game, you kind of didn't really play that day. So I had my pine tar there, a little dirt in the front side of it, but the brown and orange, really cool cleats. All the fans really enjoyed it as much as the players did.
No score in the top of the second inning. Christian Yelich, today's cleanup hitter for the Brewers, leads it off against Colin Ray. A couple of strikeouts in the first for Ray, and the first pitch to Yelich misses outside. Tried the backdoor curveball, and it missed. 1 ball and no strikes. Ray threw just 10 pitches in the first to get through the Brewers in order. Yelich takes outside, 2 balls, no strikes. Clean up any home damage with Loyal Family, located in Muskego, serving southeastern Wisconsin and across the state. Don't let the out-of-towners handle it. Call locally owned Loyal Family Renovations for free inspection today. 2-0 is down and in. 3 balls and no strikes on Christian Yelich. Brewers trying to strike first. Did it yesterday in the first inning of Game 2. As the pitch to Yelich is outside, ball 4. Leadoff man is on with a 4-pitch walk. Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin walk. Ortho ASAP walk right in. There is a difference. It was Andrew Vaughn that drove in the first run of the ball game yesterday for the Brewers. An RBI single with 2 outs. Problem was the Brewers didn't score again. Had 7 hits. But overall went 2 out of 6 with runners in scoring position. Vaughn waits on Ray from the stretch. And the pitch to Vaughn is a strike. Belt high down the middle. 0-1. See if the running game plays a role tonight for the Brewers. They haven't really done a lot of running in this series. 0-1 is down and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. Did a lot of hitting in the opener. Manufactured runs with walks, took advantage of errors. 1-1 pitch. Vaughn jammed into shallow center. Crow Armstrong makes the catch, and Yelich hustles back to first base as Crow Armstrong threw behind him. 1 out for Anthony Siegler, making the start at third base tonight. Caleb Durbin getting the evening off. Get as many left-handed batters as possible in the lineup against Colin Ray. This year, lefties overall hitting .294, where right-handers are hitting just .233 against Ray. Opening pitch to Siegler is a strike on the corner at 95. Colin has given up 19 home runs. 13 of those have come to left-handed batters. But as we saw in the bottom of the first inning, it's going to be tough to get the ball at the ballpark tonight. Pitch to Siegler, down and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. Seiya Suzuki, the ball that he hit, was off the bat at 105 miles an hour. And when you look at the launch angle, if the wind was not blowing out, that ball would be out in Sheffield pretty easily. 1-1 to Siegler is outside. The count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike on Anthony Siegler. But with the wind blowing in off the lake, Blake Perkins able to make the catch about halfway into the warning track. Good running count at 2-1, and Yelich driven back to first base with a throw from Colin Ray.
And the Brewers know how to play this style of a game too. This has been really, up until the winning streak, it was their MO. And during the winning streak, a little bit more slugs started to show up, and it's always easier to score runs when the ball's going over the wall. But they can play this style that they may have to play tonight.
2-1 is outside. 3 balls and a strike on Anthony Siegler.
In fact, they probably play it better than anybody in baseball does.
Most wins in Major League Baseball without hitting a home run. In games in which they don't hit homers, they've got the most wins. They can play some small ball. They can run. They play all the styles.
3-1 on Siegler. And a toss to first again. Yelich back with a dive. That's the second disengagement from Colin Ray. He's got quick feet. Not necessarily quick to home plate, but has a good move over to first. 3-1, good hitters count for Siegler. And the pitch is outside, ball 4. Second walk of the inning from Colin Ray. Runners at first and second on a pair of Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin walks. Ortho ASAP walk right in. There is a difference. Tommy Hotovy is out of the dugout for the first trip to the mound. All those are brought to you by Potawatomi Sportsbook. Hitch a ride to a Brewers home game on a Potawatomi Sportsbook game day shuttle. Make any purchase in the sportsbook or a same-day sports bet to get a wristband and seat on the shuttle.
Talk about the wind and how it's going to play a factor tonight. Based upon that, I'd be shocked if the corner infielders aren't pinched in here with rain coming up, and that may be part of the conversation with Tommy Hotovy.
Hotovy leaving the mound. Ray, Kelly back to their positions. Dansby Swanson dabbing up on Christian Yelich. And Michael Busch, the first baseman, playing back at first base. Shaw will be a step and a half behind the bag at third. Good speed on the bases. First and second, one away. Here's the pitch. And Terang takes inside, ball 1. Close, but it was in. Bryce Terang 4 for 13, including a homer and 3 RBIs in the series. Here's the 1-0. That catches the outer portion of the plate with the curveball. 1 ball, 1 strike on Bryce Terang. Had an RBI single in game 1 of the doubleheader yesterday. Rays 1-1. Low. Splitter at 88, and it's a 2 ball, 1 strike count. Ray trying to get back in this at bat, and Terang has not shown any signs of a potential bunt. 2-1. Line foul left side. Had a good pitch to hit. Fastball right down the middle. 95 miles an hour. Little sink, not much. Brewers with Yelich and Siegler on the base paths. Trying to manufacture a run. Pair of walks in the inning against Colin Ray. 2-2 pitch. In tight, nearly hit him. Yanked the fastball. 3 balls, 2 strikes. These are the situations where the Brewers need to strike. Brewers stranded 6 on base last night. It was in the nightcap of the doubleheader. 3-2 pitch. That's outside, ball 4. Curveball that missed maybe a baseball off the outside edge, and the Brewers have the bases loaded on 3 walks. We told you at the outset, Dan Bellino has one of the tighter strike zones in the league. It's a true strike zone, but it's a good strike zone to hit because those corners are not necessarily open for business. So Blake Perkins will hit against Colin Ray. 3 ortho ASAP walks in the inning. And now the Brewers looking for that big hit from the bottom of the order. Perkins 0 for 5 in the series. The pitch to him. Fouled away right side, and he was going after that first one. Thigh-high fastball down the middle. Took 10 pitches to get through the first inning for Ray. He's already thrown 19 in the second inning. This will be number 20. Yelich, Siegler, Terang, the runners, the pitch. It's off the outside corner with a splitter. 1 ball and 1 strike. Ray took a loss against the Brewers back in July. The 1-1. Down and away. 2 balls and a strike. Went back-to-back splitters. The Brewers got him for 4 runs and 9 hits in just 4 innings of work. And right now, Colin Ray behind in the count, 2-1 against Perkins. The pitch. Strike right on the inside corner. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Corners even with the bag. Double play depth up the middle. Straight up in the outfield, 2-2. Down and in. Good take with a splitter. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Perkins is seeing that splitter out of the hand of Colin Ray very well. No chase. See where he goes. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Nowhere to put Perkins. Only 1 out. Here's the stretch and the payoff. Chopper, second base. Horner fields, goes to first to get the out on Perkins. Everybody else advances, and the Brewers take a 1-0 lead on an RBI ground out from Blake Perkins. No chance to turn 2. No chance to try and get an out at home on Yelich. So Horner just took the out at first base. Second and third for Joey Ortiz, but 2 outs. Horner, the former Gold Glover a couple years ago, made that play. It was 4-3. That gets under his glove. It's a major problem. Pitch to Ortiz. Popped him up on the infield for Dansby Swanson. Now comes in and he'll make the catch on the rim of the outfield grass. Ortiz pops up on the first pitch he sees. But the Brewers get a run without the benefit of a hit. 1-0 Brewers as we go to the bottom of the second on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American.
Get yourself ready. Yes, there are hugs, and then there's that.
Now, what is that?
What is the purpose of that?
It's an anemometer. It measures wind speed.
So that's a good.
But it looks like a fidget spinner.
Meanwhile, on the Cove, it just looks like too much fun.
It was so routine, he took his eye off.
You got to come up with this play. You got to. You're right there. You had 2 hands. He looked it in. Oh.
Nothing lead to work with in the bottom of the second inning. Pete Crow Armstrong will be the hitter for Chicago. Brewers got one without the benefit of a hit. An RBI ground out from Blake Perkins as Crow Armstrong takes strike 1 with a curveball. Crow Armstrong, 2 hits in the doubleheader yesterday. That came in game 1, a bloop double and a single. He's 2 out of 11 overall in the series. 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Tied him up. It's 0-2. Fastball at 99 on the inner part of the plate. And he's in an 0-2 hole. Mizorowski at the belt. Kicks and deals. Up and in. Nearly hit him. 101 with that fastball. Carson Kelly due next, and then Nico Horner. Mizorowski ready to go on his 1-2 to Pete Crow Armstrong. Fouled back, challenged him with a fastball. And Mizorowski's got a little smile on his face. It's so fun watching Mizorowski work because he is in it. Remember his at-bat in Seattle against Cal Raleigh where the two were just laughing at one another during a 10-pitch at-bat. He's just pitching with such a joy. 1-2 coming. And a ground ball to the right side. Terang gobbles it up and throws out Crow Armstrong. So Mizorowski wins that round with a 4-3 ground out. Carson Kelly's the hitter. Well, you can't beat summer in Wisconsin. Lake, sun, and food, especially grilled brats and franks from Usinger's. Pine River gourmet cheese spreads. They're great with everything, too. Make sure you wrap up your summer day with Cedar Crest ice cream and call it a winner. Tonight feels like an early fall evening. Feels like a playoff weather type of game as Carson Kelly pops the first one up, and it's out onto the rooftop. Strike one on Carson Kelly. Kelly 1 for 7 in the series. His one hit came yesterday in the 5th against Aaron Ashby. A 1 pitch is a strike. 0-2 threw a slider on the front door, the inside corner slider, and Carson Kelly thinking to himself, are you kidding me? It looks like a fastball, but it's got late cut on it, and you're calling it a slider? That's the one that tied up Willie Castro of the Minnesota Twins in his second big league start. 0-2 on the way from Mizorowski. Strike 3 called. Fastball at the top of the zone at 100 miles an hour, and Mizorowski picks up strikeout number 2. Ortho ASAP strikeout for Miz. Late call from Dan Bellino, but it was the right call. Upper portion of the strike zone. It took him a moment to let us know that it was a strike. He stared at it for a second, then pulled back on Kelly. Nico Horner, the hitter, 2 for 6, including a big run-scoring single last night to extend the lead for Chicago. At the time, it was 2-1. He made it 3-1 against Aaron Ashby with 2 outs. Pitch to Horner from Mizorowski. Fouled away, and it's 0-1. A reminder from your friends at Schneider and their professional truck drivers. Distracted driving puts everybody at risk. Stay focused and drive safe. Horner at .291. 4 homers, 49 driven in. Right-handed batter. Mizorowski's pitch. Ground ball right side. Vaughn over there. Backhand pickup. Flip to Mizorowski covering the bag. And that ends the inning. Good PFPs right there. Mizorowski's 6 up and 6 down as we go to the 3rd. It's 1-0 Milwaukee on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance. Top of the order coming up against Colin Ray in the 3rd. It's 1-0 Brewers, and with the play-by-play, here's Lightning.
All right, thank you, Jeff. Sal Frelick leads off for the Crew. It is Frelick, Collins, Contreras, top of the order for the Brewers against Colin Ray. 35 pitches so far for Ray. Used 25 in that second inning, and Frelick takes a curveball for a strike. It's 0-1. 1-0 Brewers lead. Ray's pitch. That caught the inside corner with a splitter, and Sal did not agree. He is looking back at Dan Bellino, and he'll use his timeout probably out of protest here. No balls and 2 strikes on Frelick. It is our Potawatomi Casino Hotel 3-bagger in the 3rd contest. 0-2's inside, 1-2. Tammy Morandi from Grafton is our contestant. Tammy will win a Potawatomi prize package if a member of the Crew hits a triple this inning. Visit WTMJ.com to enter for official contest rules. Frelick takes outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, we have a little issue going on in the booth currently, and I'm going to just fill you in on what's going on. As Ray brings home the 2-2 pitch, and this is a fly ball into right center. Pete Crow Armstrong calling for it, makes the catch, and there's one away. My iPad cord is an old lightning plug. and it is not charging my iPad. So my iPad is at 6%. That's what I use to track the game and look up things as we go along. A little inside baseball for you. Take you inside the booth. Something is wrong with the lightning cable. Pitch to Isaac Collins is a two-hopper out to second, fielded by Horner, throws to first. And Collins is retired. There's two away for William Contreras. So Kent has been on the hunt for a new cable for me. He came back in. We thought he had it, but it had the wrong plug-in. But I might actually have a brick for that in my bag.
Okay, well, we'll double check.
Bring it back here. I think Kent was returning it already.
Yeah, we had a couple of lightnings to lightnings.
Yeah.
We had a USB to a lightning.
First pitch to Contreras is in there for a strike. It's 0-1.
This is part of the update process, right? Because if you get a new phone or a new iPad, then you got to get a new charger, and the old stuff doesn't talk to each other.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I guess 6% left. The 0-1 is a liner to right, and it's going to carry out to Owen Casey, who will make the catch, and the inning is over. I share a window with Ron Coomer. He has an iPad to the right of me. I don't know if he would notice. I could, if I wasn't scared of heights, I'd reach out and pull it out and just plug it into mine.
No chance he's got that tech savviness.
Yep.
To like build this for them and spend the last year of coming up with this concept and getting it off the ground and getting everybody here, like it just feels really good to have everybody coming and experiencing the thing that we've been working so hard on. To be able to like take the experiences of Comic-Con and add that to a card show just is really fulfilling, because as somebody who grew up going to card shows and still goes to the same card show in the same church basement in Trumbull, Connecticut every month, like it's great. Card shows are amazing, but to be able to add all of this experience is what makes this great.
Tri-City is proud to sponsor the third inning. At our hometown bank, you're on the team that's winning. Tri-City, your hometown bank.
Mizorowski back out there for the bottom of the third inning, a 1-0 Brewers lead. And Owen Casey, the lead off for the Cubs. First pitch to Casey, missed inside with a fastball at 100. And it's 1-0. Casey 4 for 9 in this series, hitting .286 with a home run. His first one of his career came yesterday. He's driven in 4. All of those came yesterday as well. 1-0 pitch. That is in there for a strike. Good curveball from Mizorowski on the low outside corner. It's 1-1. Brewers went down in order in the top of the third. Mizorowski pitching with the lead here in the bottom of the third. The 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. That was a changeup at 90 on the outside edge. It's 1-2. And the secondary stuff has been so much better for Mizorowski tonight than it was on Friday in Cincinnati. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Casey. The pitch. Missed down and in. That was another really well placed changeup. That didn't miss by a lot. 2-2 is the count. Update: we have a cord that works.
Charger initiated.
2-2 pitch. Swung on and fouled back into the net. Stays at 2-2. We get it from next door. Our good friends at the Cubs radio network. We might be competing on the field, but these booths, we have an alliance in terms of getting each other on the air. It says it's charging. I've dropped down to 4% still, though. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Casey. Mizorowski's pitch missed outside. Another changeup that time, and now the count is full. It's 3-2.
Here's a club you're going to want to get into. Club Citgo, the super easy app, opens the door to fuel savings and more. Mizorowski's 3-2 pitch. And that one missed. Just a little bit outside with a curveball. And he walks Owen Casey, and that's the first base runner of this game for the Cubs. So Casey's aboard in front of Dansby Swanson. Super easy app. It opens the door to great fuel savings and more. Sign up and instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill up. Download the Club Citgo app today. So here's Swanson. Mizorowski brings home the first pitch. Missed outside. Contreras thought about a back pick at first, but Casey dives back in there, and Contreras put it in his pocket. 1 ball and no strikes on Swanson. 2 for 7 in the series. Hit a double yesterday. 1-0 missed outside. 2 balls and no strikes. That was the slider. A lot of the secondary stuff these last couple of at-bats. Sliders and changeups. We've seen some curveballs. Leadoff man is aboard here in the third for the Cubs. Mizorowski to 2-0. Way inside. It almost hit Swanson. Went all the way back to the bricks. And then bounced out up the first baseline. So Casey never broke for second base. Contreras was tracking it, never picked it up. So it's 3 balls and no strikes. The Cubs were waiting to see if that hit Swanson or not. I promise you he would know. If he got hit by Jacob Mizorowski. It was close. It was up and in. And after you get one that whistles up and in like that, that'll make you a little uncomfortable in the box.
Well, Casey's still at first base. That ball went all the way back to the backstop. He thought it hit Swanson, so he never went.
He looked kind of confused. 3-0 pitch. That's high. He walked him. So back-to-back walks by Mizorowski. And the Cubs are set up here in the bottom of the third. This is the thing that you worry about a little bit with Mizorowski. The command had been very good in the minors. It's been very good for the most part in the big leagues, but going back to last year and at other times, when you're big and you have that length and extension, it is hard to repeat your mechanics and be consistent with your command and locate the way you want to, and it can kind of come and go at times over the course of an outing. He had Casey down early, couldn't finish him, and then walked Swanson on 4 pitches. So here's Matt Shaw. Mizorowski, first pitch. Shaw bunting, and he bunted it foul and up over the screen, out of play.
That cannot be a comfortable situation, trying to bunt against Mizorowski.
100. It was in. Ooh, that was protective. 0-1 is the count on Shaw. Corners creeping in. And the 0-1. That missed inside of the fastball. 1 ball and 1 strike the count here. Shaw hitting .227 on the year, 10 home runs, 32 driven in, had a triple in last night's game. First and second for the Cubs and nobody out. The 1-1 again squaring to bunt, takes the ball outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. No dental insurance, but you need dental care. Well, the new Wisconsin Dental Association Dental Savings Club can save you up to 55% from a statewide network of trusted WDA dentists. Join at WDAclub.com. Mizorowski's 2-1. Shaw again bunting, and he bunts this one up over the screen and out of play. 100-mile-an-hour fastball. Two balls and 2 strikes on Shaw. Mizorowski could really use a punch out here. And the pitch.
And a ground ball foul over near the Cubs dugout. Stays at 2 balls and 2 strikes. You've got the top of the order looming. And Michael Busch in the on deck circle. Mizorowski throwing some pitches in this inning. He's up over 42 now. Brewers made a move before the game today just to have some length in that bullpen by recalling Carlos Rodriguez and sending down Tobias Myers. Miz brings home the 2-2 pitch, and that missed up and in. 3-2. He has walked the first 2 batters. Now he has a full count on the number 9 hitter, Shaw. So you had Ray, who walked 3 in the second inning. Brewers ended up getting a run out of it. And now the Cubs fans making some noise here at Wrigley. 3-2 pitch and a pop-up foul, and that'll get back and out of play. And we will do it again at 3-2. Got a slider that time. Did Matt Shaw. Crowd will stay activated. Wrigley Field is on its feet. This is an early moment in this game. And now time is called by Shaw. There's a lot of work to do to get out of this inning for Mizorowski. This will be the 8th pitch of this battle. This is a rookie versus a rookie right here. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Miz looks in. And the pitch. Fouled it back into the screen. Took a big cut. Fastball at 101. And Shaw somehow able to get a piece of it and foul it back. It's a lengthy battle. Cubs are definitely taking a bite out of Mizorowski here in this 3rd. 3-2 again. And he fouled it back again and out of play. This is quite an at-bat Matt Shaw's putting together. Remember, it started with him scoring the bunt. This next one will be number 10. 46 pitches already for Mizorowski here in the 3rd. Three-two pitch. Got a piece of it again. And now the crowd at Wrigley just in appreciation of Matt Shaw and the at-bat he's putting together. And Mizorowski kind of a little admiration himself. Like, how do you keep fouling these off? He's smiling looking in at Matt Shaw. Like, even he's a little bit impressed.
This is the Cal Raleigh at bat all over again. I don't know how Shaw got a piece of that slider. That was perfect.
Casey's at second, Swanson's at first. Mizorowski brings home the 3-2 pitch, and it came inside and nearly hit him. Shaw is walked, and the bases are loaded. That was a curveball. Mizorowski with a little smirk. And they are loaded now for the top of the order. And Chris Hook is out for a Potawatomi Sportsbook trip to the mound to chat with his young right-hander. Hitch a ride to the Milwaukee Brewers home games on a Potawatomi Sportsbook game day shuttle. Make any purchase in the sportsbook or a same-day sports bet to get a wristband and a seat on the shuttle. So command has been an issue here for Miz. He has walked the bases loaded. There's nobody out. And now you're trying to get out of this inning and limit the damage the best you can. If you can get out of this and you've just allowed 1 run, that's a win at this point. You get out of this and the game is still tied. That is a big development. It is hard to put the ball in play against Mizorowski, but he has very little margin for error. Can't walk anybody else. Have to come right after Michael Busch, who's had a very fine season at the plate for the Cubs. 24 home runs and 70 driven in. 0 for 1 so far tonight against Mizorowski. First pitch is a little bit outside with a curveball. 1 ball and no strikes. So he falls behind a Busch. Miz kicks and delivers, and he missed outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Busch is 2 for 12.
in this series so far. He is 1 for 11 with the bases loaded this season. 2-0. That missed low. It's 3 balls and no strikes, and Miz just can't find the strike zone. And it is getting awfully loud right now at Wrigley. Mizorowski looking in. And the 3-0 pitch. That is right down the middle for a strike. At 99, it's 3-1. Mizorowski is now at 52 pitches. This has been a lengthy third inning, and he has yet to record an out. 3-1. And a liner into left center field. That's going to get down, plug the gap. Casey is in. Swanson's around third. He's going to score. Hustling around third is Shaw. He's going to score. It's a bases clearing double for Michael Busch. And the Cubs take a 3-1 lead. And Mizorowski walked the bases loaded. And now gives up the double to left center to Michael Busch, who split the defenders. It was a fastball away at 98, and that's a great piece of hitting by Michael Busch. And 3 have come across for Chicago, and Miz still hasn't recorded an out in this inning. This is a lengthy inning for Mizorowski. Here's Ian Happ. First pitch brought home, and Happ swings on it and fouls it back into the net. And it's 0-1. 18th double of the year for Busch. And this is a night where walks feel like they're even that much more of a no-no because of the fact that it's going to be so hard to string hits together and lift one out of here. Ground ball to second base, fielded by Terang, throws to first in time. On the play, Busch goes to third. So Happ is retired. There's one away now for Seiya Suzuki as Nick Mears starts to get loose in the Brewers bullpen. And it feels like it's going to be a tough night to score runs, so when you give free passes, it just makes it that much easier. The Brewers will bring the infield in for Seiya Suzuki. Here's the pitch, and Suzuki takes his strike on a slider, and it's 0-1. Brewers have a lot of their bullpen available tonight. 0-1. And that caught the inside corner. That was a fastball at 98. It's 0-2. Get out of this with no further damage. This is still absolutely a ball game. 3-1 Cubs advantage. Feel like the Brewers have a big inning in them at some point tonight. 0-2 and a check swing on a called third strike. A slider that clipped the inside corner, and Suzuki is down on 3 pitches. It's the right call from Dan Bellino. Craig Counsell's barking at him from the Cubs dugout. A very good pitch by Mizorowski. Ortho ASAP strikeout. Now there's 2 away, and here's Pete Crow Armstrong. Start healing faster with Ortho ASAP. Meet with a specialist today. Learn more at orthowisconsin.com. First pitch is a swing and a foul back into the net. It's 0-1. Well, certainly the Cubs got the big swing they were looking for in this inning with Busch on the 3-run double. But if Mizorowski can get out of it with no further damage, it's a pretty good job after the double. 0-1. That's bounced in the dirt. That was the changeup. 1 ball and 1 strike. It is still climbing on Mizorowski pitch count wise. He's at 60 pitches for the game now. Mears is still getting loose in that Brewers pin. 1-1. Swing and a miss. He went after an elevated fastball at 100. And that's the thing that Pete Crow Armstrong will do. He'll chase. He will leave the zone. And that's a tough place to be at 1-2 against a guy like Mizorowski. Two outs, runner at third. 3-1 Cubs here in the bottom of the third inning. 1-2 pitch. And did he go? He checked. They appealed to third. He did not go. Fastball up again at 99. Very similar pitch to the one before. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Long look in for Miz, and the pitch. Swing and a foul back into the net. Stays at 2-2. There have been some lengthy at-bats. This will be the 6th pitch of this at-bat. He had that lengthy one with Matt Shaw. That's kind of the at-bat that you'd circle in this inning beyond the Bush double. Here's the 2-2. And he missed up and away with a curveball. 3 balls and 2 strikes. He has walked 3 in the inning. He does not want to walk a 4th and extend this inning any more than it already has been. You've got Carson Kelly in the on-deck circle. Mizorowski brings home the 3-2 pitch, and it's a ground ball but foul at the first base line. And the battle will continue. It'll be at least 8 pitches to Pete Crow Armstrong.
This is going to be his 40th pitch of the inning. He's already had one of those against the Cubs this year.
3 balls and 2 strikes. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Fastball at 100 right down the middle. And Pete Crow Armstrong staring out at Jacob Mizorowski at the conclusion of that at bat. Now the Cubs get 3 runs on 1 hit. They strand a runner.
Wow. Old school D-backs jersey. This was our alternate jersey that we wore on Saturdays. I was the first team to wear the new colors. They called it Sedona Red. Don't mess up that color. Every time I wore this jersey, I would wear the high socks, black jersey, black hat. I just thought it was a really smooth look, and this is one that I'll never forget.
Word.
Christian Yelich leads off the top of the 4th inning. It's a 3-1 Cubs lead. And the first pitch missed inside. It's 1-0. How about this? 4 runs have been scored in this game between the 2 teams. There's been 1 hit. You don't see that every day. 1-0 here on Yelich, who walked and came around and scored. Back in the 2nd inning. Takes a strike on the outside edge. Fastball at 93 from Colin Ray. It's 1-1. Yelich with 3 home runs on this road trip, up to 26 now on the season. Checks on a curveball that clipped the outside corner. And it's 1-2. Good backdoor breaking ball that time from Colin Ray. Brings home the 1-2 pitch, and Yelich took inside. It's 2-2. 2-seam fastball, tried to sneak it back in the front door that time, but missed. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Yelich fouls it off into the net down near the Cubs dugout. Well, long way to go in this one. Brewers trailing by a couple of runs. Ray loaded the bases in the 2nd inning. 2-2 pitch. Ground ball back up the middle, but Swanson behind the bag at second scoops it up and throws to first and retires Yelich 6-3. There's one away for Andrew Vaughn. Carbless is a proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers. Premium ready-to-drink cocktails, 0 carbs, 0 sugar, 0 gluten. Find it at the ballpark or at your local grocery store. Carbless, less is more. So here's Vaughn. Vaughn flied to center back in the second. He's 0 for 1. He takes the first pitch strike on a four-seamer at 94. It's 0-1. Ray brings home the 0-1 pitch. That missed inside with a two-seam fastball. And the count evens at a ball and a strike. Ray's at 51 pitches. Brewers made him throw 25 in that second inning. 1-1. He is a ground ball back up the middle. That'll sneak into center field. A base hit for Andrew Vaughn. Vaughn's 4th hit of the series. It is a 1-out single, and that'll get Siegler to the plate, who drew that walk back in the second inning. It would be great for the Brewers to avoid that shutdown inning here and try to come back and land a punch themselves. Cubs have had the majority of the momentum over the last couple of days. Brewers had it late in game 1 yesterday as Siegler checks on a strike with a fastball at 94. It's 0-1. This is after the Brewers really took it to the Cubs in a 7-0 shutout in game 1 of this series. 0-1. He is a line drive into center. Coming in is Pete Armstrong. He'll make the catch. Got a great first step. Ball was coming right at him, but he made the catch on his feet. And here's Bryce Terang with 2 outs. And before he hits, 10 for ID on the Brewers Radio Network. First pitch to Bryce Terang is outside. Breaking ball from Colin Ray, and it just missed a little bit wide. 1 ball and no strikes. Runner at first is Vaughn. There are 2 outs. 1-0 pitch, and Terang checked on a curveball that missed low. It goes to 2 balls and no strikes on Bryce. Terang walked back in the second inning. Ray has walked 3. He's allowed just 1 hit. The hit by Vaughn, the first hit of the game for the Crew. 2-0 pitch, nailed the outside edge, and it's 2-1. Fastball at 95. I remember seeing some 95s last year, but he had 96 earlier in this game. I can't recall many 96s from Colin Ray. 2-1. This is hit foul, and now to play down the left field line. It's 2-2. He has been one of those starting pitchers the last 3 years or so that few people talk about, some don't even know about, but he is steady. 2-2 pitch. Just a fly ball down the left field line. Will it stay in play? No, it gets out of play down that left field line. 2 balls and 2 strikes still here on Terang. Takes the ball every 5th day. And Pat Murphy always said this about Colin Ray. You kind of always know what you're going to get from him. You can kind of count on what kind of a night it's going to be when Colin Ray gets the ball, and that consistency, that stability that he provides, there's something to be said for that in this game. Not an ace, but a guy in that 4 or 5 spot in your rotation that very valuable. Here's the 2-2 pitch. And a fly ball out to right. This is hit pretty well. Casey's back onto the track, and he jumped up, made the catch, and it popped out. Lands on the warning track. Stopping at third is Vaughn. Terang into second. He had it in his glove, and as he came down, it popped back out for Owen Casey, who made a couple of nice catches yesterday and really played that ball pretty well. It was very well struck. I didn't give him a chance to even get back to that ball off the bat. And he got back there, and it looked like he got the glove to it. No, I think it sailed just over his glove as he extended and then hit off the ivy. So second and third, it's a double for Terang, $75 the MAC fund, courtesy of Westman, the silver lining. And here's Blake Perkins. First pitch to Blake is a swing and a foul back into the net, and it's 0-1. And now just a little bloop could potentially tie this game up for the Brewers. Can they come through with runners in scoring position here? This is one of their bigger opportunities of the night, just like they had back in the second inning too. Perkins drove in a run on an RBI ground out in that second inning. 0-1, and Perkins took a strike at the top of the zone at 94. It's 0-2. Blake asking where that pitch was. He must have thought it was up, but it did catch it. It's the right call from Dan Bellino. Ray brings home the 0-2 pitch. That's high. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Colin Ray at 63 pitches as he works here in the fourth. Certainly ahead of where Mizorowski is in terms of pitch count. 1-2 is low. That was the curveball, and it's even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. But Ray, not in a place where you'd see him going 7 innings unless he gets super efficient over the next couple. Brewers are making him work tonight too. Here's the 2-2 to Perkins. Swing and a miss. Chase the splitter down and away. Perkins strikes out, and the Brewers strand a pair in scoring position here in the top of the fourth. We go to the bottom of 4, 3-1 Cubs on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance.
Oppo Taco.
I'm gonna guess it's an opposite field, upper deck, maybe something like a
home run to the opposite field. You got it.
This is a good one. A hack.
I don't know. I mean, is it the same as like the layman's term hack, like a bad chef?
You've guessed correctly.
Okay.
Someone's a hack. You know, someone that's just nailing it in.
Yeah.
They're not putting their heart into it.
This is going to be one of those games that you're going to have to fight the elements. Wow! And I don't think that'll be the last bat toss we see tonight.
I would imagine not. As he slid behind Neto, took out his legs, but Neto held onto the ball.
Check out what our cameras caught. That's right. Smacking himself in the face when he really likes to pump himself up and make himself angry.
Oh, he used the hat. That's pretty nice. Yeah, take a bow. All right, absolutely.
The bottom of the fourth inning, it's a 3-1 Cubs lead. And Jacob Mizorowski is back out there on the mound for the Brewers. Mizorowski has allowed just the 1 hit, but 3 runs on that 1 hit. He's at 66 pitches. And Carson Kelly to lead things off for the Cubs here in the fourth. Miz's first pitch is a sky-high fly ball into shallow right center. It's going to blow its way towards Frelick, who makes the catch, going down to a knee in the process, almost like he was downing it in the end zone and taking a touchback.
Fair catch.
Yeah.
Did you see a fair catch signal?
Now that wind is a major factor here tonight, but that's a huge development for Mizorowski to retire 1 batter on 1 pitch here in the fourth. Here's Nico Horner. First pitch is up and in. It's 1-0. Cubs got all 3 of their runs on a 3-run double by Michael Busch last inning. 1-0 pitch. That missed up and in. 2 balls and no strikes. Brewers actually about hit the Cubs tonight, 2-1. Got a couple of hits in the top of the fourth inning, but couldn't produce a run out of it.
Misses 2-0. That caught the outside edge. Fastball at 97. It's 2-1. Retired veterans can turn to Network Health for affordable and reliable health plans tailored to meet your needs. Find the coverage you need and the health plan experience you want with Network Health. Learn more at networkhealth.com/veterans. Here's the 2-1. And that caught the outside edge. Another fastball, 97. It's 2-2. Horner grounded out to Vaughn in the second inning. 0 for 1 tonight for the Cubs second baseman. 2-2 pitch. And it's a sharply hit ground ball. One hops the glove of Terang at second. Takes his time and fires to first. And there's 2 away. So a couple of very quick outs from Mizorowski. He's needed just 6 pitches to get the first 2 outs of this inning. And here's Owen Casey, who started that rally in the third with a leadoff walk. He has had his fingerprints all over this series so far for the rookie. Barely a week into his big league career. Pitch is a little bit low with a curveball. That probably should have been a strike. It's 1-0.
Remember, he's playing in place of Kyle Tucker, perennial all-star, who's had his struggles for the last 2 months.
1-0 pitch. That is low. 2 balls to no strikes. He's playing in such a way right now where Craig Counsell's going to have to leave him in the lineup, so that's going to come at the expense of Tucker or Ian Happ probably. Eventually you got to get Tucker back in there. 2-0. Missed outside. 3 balls and no strikes on Casey. Mizorowski could really use a 1-2-3 inning here. 3-0 pitch. That's right through there for a strike. Fastball at 97. And it's 3-1. Three to 1 Cubs. Bottom of the 4th. Here's the 3-1. And a swing and a foul back into the net. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Casey. 4 for 9 in the series. A home run, 4 driven in. Left-handed hitter, tons of power. 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Got him with a beautiful changeup at 92. That time from Jacob Mizorowski. Ortho ASAP strikeout, and it's a 1-2-3-4 for the Miz. 3-1 Cubs as we go to the 5th on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance.
It's
It's Lourdes Gurriel dog.
That's a nice touch.
Pena power.
The perils of wearing earrings when you've got netting on the field.
That young fan, not a Newt Bar fan. What a present for mom.
Oh my goodness, look at this guy.
Uso, yeah, Jay Uso, yeah.
And then just shot putting it. Block when there's nobody on base. There's a little debate for Domo and Kim watching the replay together.
That's beautiful,
isn't it?
And back in with the play-by-play. Here's Jeff Levering.
Thanks so much, Lane. Ortiz, Frelick, Collins coming up. Ortiz squares to bunt, pulls it back and takes high for ball 1 from Colin Ray. 66 pitches now for Colin Ray. Mizorowski at 78 pitches for 4 innings. More than likely done, I would think, but we'll see. 1-0 to Ortiz is a strike on the inside corner. Ortiz hit with runners at second and third and 2 outs in the second inning and popped up to short. The Brewers had another second and third 2-out situation for Blake Perkins in the 4th inning. And he struck out. Pitch is low, 2 balls and a strike on Ortiz. So the Brewers have had some shots, but they're 0 for 3. Men in scoring position against Colin Ray. 2-1 to Ortiz. And it's a strike. Ortiz deemed to be good to go before the game today. Remember, he fouled that ball off of his back right knee in last night's game and hit him in a spot very similar to the nerve like your funny bone, where he actually lost feeling in his leg, but still had a base hit. 2-2 pitch. Chopper, third base side and foul. He said, "I'm glad I didn't hit a double or a triple. I'm not sure I'd have been able to get past first base." He hobbled his way over to the bag and was checked out. Tried to play the next half inning and then was taken out. 2-2 pitch. Slow roller to short. Swanson charges it, gets the big hop and throws Ortiz out. Leadoff man retired for the 4th time in 5 innings against Ray. And Pat Murphy talked about it in his media session today, talked about it on the pregame show as well, about the guys like Ortiz, Frelick, and Terang that they want to play every day. They have to essentially be hit by a Mack truck in order to not play. Pitch to Sal, and it's a strike on the outside corner with a fastball.
We talk so often about leadership, and I think we tend to think leadership is rah-rah speeches out in front of everybody. That's leadership.
Frelick takes inside. Ball and a strike on Sal.
Not that there isn't a time and a place for that great speech to your teammates to inspire them, but doing it that way every day, grinding it out for your teammates.
1-1 is high. The best ability, for the most part, is availability.
Yeah.
You say that in a lot of sports, but especially in baseball, played every day. 2-1 pitch. Frelick squares to bunt. He attempted at it and missed it. Splitter down low and in the zone. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Sal's 0 for 2 today. Brewers trailing 3-1 as we play in the top of the 5th. Rays 2-2. Lined into left, a base hit. So Frelick delivers a 1-out single. 3rd hit of the game for the Brewers. And for Frelick, it's his 6th hit of the series. He's now 6 for 14. Took that fastball on the outer part of the plate, hit it right where it was supposed to be hit. How about a quick vibe check? A cooler full of Vizzy Hard Seltzer. That's a big vibe. Vizzy Hard Seltzer, the seltzer that passes the vibe check. Collins at the plate, 0 for 2, a strikeout and a ground out. Ray from the first base side of the rubber throws to Collins and catches the outside corner. And it's 0-1. Short lead for Frelick. 0-1 to Collins. It's outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Ray again at the belt. Pitch to Collins. Outside. 2 balls and a strike on Isaac. Trying to get the beef to the plate with men in scoring position. Contreras, Yelich, all waiting. 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. He took a big rip at a curveball down and in. Came up empty. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Isaac Collins. Searching for his first hit of this road trip. Missed the Cincinnati leg. Got 1 at bat on Monday. 0 for 8 overall. Coming into the day. 2-2 pitch is high, barely. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Was waiting for a moment. Dan Bellino at times will slow play his strike 3 calls. And one never caught any part of the strike zone. 3-2. See if they send Frelick. He goes. Pitch is outside, ball 4. 2 on, 1 out for William Contreras. 4th walk issued by Colin Ray. There is no action in the bullpen right now as Tommy Hotovy is on his way out to chat with Colin Ray. Gives us an opportunity to remind you that the Brewers will be honoring Mr. Baseball, Bob Uecker, when the Brewers give away 25,000 Bob Uecker golf umbrellas at the game on Saturday. The umbrella features a plaid design and Ueck signature. And get your seats at brewers.com/giveaways. Also have the Celebration of Life coming up on Sunday. Game time at 1:10. And encourage everybody to get in your seats by 12:15. Gates will be opening at 10:30 on Sunday morning. Meeting at the mound is over. Colin Ray will get back to work against Contreras, who has grounded to second base and lined to right. The Brewers are jonesing for a big hit. And they've got the right guys in the plate to try and deliver. The middle of the order this year, Contreras hitting .304 with runners in scoring position. Ready to work. Colin Ray, the pitch. Tap foul. Hit him in the batter's box through a first pitch slider. Colin Ray hasn't thrown a lot of sliders tonight. In fact, that was just the 3rd one he's thrown. He's only got 6 swings and misses today. A 1 pitch is high, barely, with a sweeper. 1 ball and 1 strike. Fringy pitch at best. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 on, 1 out for Contreras. Brewers down by 2. Ray's pitch. Down and away. Through a cutter. 2 balls and a strike. I mean, he's throwing the kitchen sink tonight. Ray has thrown 7 different types of pitches so far. Two-1 to Contreras. Ground ball, shortstop. They go to second, 1 to first. Double play. Second time Contreras has hit into a double play in the series. Once it ended the game, this time it ends a rally in the top of the 5th inning. 3-1 Cubs. Bottom of the 5th on the way.
If you were to find a jersey or if you swap a jersey with one of the players on the National League, who would it be? Who would you pick?
Okay, so I got an Ohtani jersey last year, so
nice.
I'm gonna probably say Harper.
Maybe Judge. He's one of the greatest to play the game in the last 5, 6, 7 years, so it'd be cool to have his jersey. Ellie's been fun to watch. Yeah, Ellie'd be a cool one. I mean, his jersey would probably be too big for me. It'd probably go down to my knees.
A lot of fans and collectors will look at the T206 set as the more famous of the sets that were produced in the early part of the 20th century. And certainly they would carry more financial value. But when you talk to collectors, some will tell you that these T205s are actually more physically attractive. They're maybe the most physically attractive cards produced prior to World War II.
We play in Toronto. Guerrero sends over some good stuff for the guys, so when we play in Toronto, I definitely dive into that.
You gotta be careful with Vladdy, bro, because a Dominican breakfast will put you to sleep, bro. ¿Cómo está sonando la comida dominicana ya?
La comida dominicana ya no sé cómo está sonando, porque obviamente mi esposa me cocina. O sea, hay restaurantes, pero no voy a comer comida latina.
Jacob Mizorowski's day is done. 4 innings for Miz today. 78 pitches on his ledger. Allowed 3 runs, all earned on just 1 hit. He walked 3 and struck out 5. And he'll give way to Nick Mears in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Brewers have had multiple runners on base a couple of different times against Colin Ray. He is yet to surrender more than the 1 run. An RBI ground out in the 2nd inning. 3-1 Cubs. First one to Dansby Swanson. Popped up. First base side. Wind is going to push it into foul territory for Vaughn, who makes the catch. 1 pitch and 1 out in this 5th inning for Nick Mears. Mears working for the first time since the Cincinnati series. Mears worked on Saturday and picked up the save, his first career save. And picking up the win in that crazy game that capped the 14-game winning streak. 1 out for Matt Shaw. His pitch from Mears is high. 1 ball, no strike. Shaw had an 11-pitch at-bat that ended in a walk against Jacob Mizorowski and took some of the steam out of Mizorowski's start. Ended up scoring from first on the 3-run double by Michael Busch. The only hit for the Cubs today is that pitch misses high. Shaw had 2 balls, no strikes against Mears. Brewers bullpen is pretty fresh. 2-0 is a strike. Only needed 1 guy in game 2. That was Aaron Ashby through 3 2/3 innings. The Brewers used 2 out of the bullpen in game 1. Shelby Miller and Tobias Myers. Used Abner Uribe, Jared Koenig, Grant Anderson in the opener on Monday. 2-1. Shaw drives one to center. Back goes Perkins. Wind pushing it slightly. He'll make the catch short of the warning track for out number 2. Michael Busch. The reason this game is what it is, a 3-run double against Mizorowski. Came on a 3-1 pitch. Usingers has been Milwaukee's family-owned sausage shop since 1880. Enjoy the same great taste your grandfather did, because Usingers is still made the old world way. Don't try to make the most, just the best. Usingers, America's finest sausage. First one to Busch is breaking ball for a strike. Curveball right down the middle. Brewers are very much still in this ball game. 3-1 is the score. Going to have to get a big hit with a man in scoring position, though. 0 for the day thus far. The 0-1, a check swing and a slider. Did he go? He did not. Jordan Baker down at 3rd. Interesting, Dan Merzel, by the way, who had home plate in game number 1, I should say, in the nightcap last night. He's over at first base umpiring. Weird rotation. Away has the plate tomorrow. 1-1 pitch is a strike, and it's 1-2.
You said that because I told you at one point that Dan Merzel had the plate in game 1 yesterday.
Correct, but he had the plate in game 2.
Yeah,
but why is he over at first base?
I got
Sherwater in the rotation and all.
Yeah, it is weird. Every time there's a doubleheader involved, I just quit trying to figure it out.
1-2 pitch. Called third strike. Fastball to 96 right down the middle, and Busch was frozen. Perfect inning from Nick Mears in the 5th. Go to the 6th. It'll start with Yelich when we come back. 3-1 Chicago on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance.
I'm Jonathan Mayo, and for more than 20 years, I've traced the path of baseball's rising stars, navigating the back roads of the national pastime and basking in the glow of small-town America's spirit, where the team is woven into the fabric of everyday life, where it's more than just a game. It's a celebration of the people, the traditions, and the culture that give these places their soul. This is Grassroots.
With these designs, I wanted to bring out the Old English letter font. but add a twist to it. This is one I've developed over the years and used on a lot of tattoos. You can tell a sign painter or a lettering person by their numbers. That reveals a lot about them. It's an honor to design for the Dodgers. It's almost gone beyond sports, even into fashion. People wear LA caps all over the world.
I believe this one's it's a rookie card, I know, but I feel like it's the first card that I ever, like, big league card. Obviously, as a kid, trying to get to the big leagues, the dream of making it. But as a kid that had cards, right, as a kid, this is like seeing your card the first time. It's pretty cool. So that's pretty powerful when you see that card.
Christian Yelich, Andrew Vaughn, Anthony Siegler scheduled. Yelich 0 for 1, a walk, and he scored the only run for the Brewers. Cubs lead this one by a score of 3-1. Pitch number 87 in the game. Yelich takes right down the middle for strike one. Sixth inning is the Woodman's Food Market's home run inning. Contestant Greg Rose from Shiocton. Greg will win a gift card jackpot of $400. 0-1 is down and in. And almost hit Yelich. 1 ball, 1 strike. $400. Remember, the Brewers hits a home run in the inning. $100 will be added to the total for each additional home run this frame. Visit any participating Woodman's store to enter. Service and savings, that's Woodman's. Good luck to you, Greg Rose and Shiocton. 1-1 coming to Yelich. Missed down and away. 2 balls and a strike with the splitter. Two-one pitch. Yelich took outside. Didn't miss by much. Tried the backdoor cutter. 3-1. Caleb Thielbar, the left-hander, is playing catch for the Cubs in their bullpen. Shelby Miller in the Brewers bullpen. After a clean inning from Mears. 3-1 pitch is outside, ball 4. Leadoff man is on for the second time against Colin Ray. And we'll see how long the leash is for Craig Counsell. In a stretch where you got Siegler, left-handed batter, then Terang, left-handed batter, Perkins, switch hitter, looming after Vaughn. So maybe one more batter for Colin Ray. We'll see. Fifth walk of the game for Colin Ray. Pitch to Vaughn is a strike.
This is where the Cubs being a little thin in that bullpen right now actually pays off maybe the most for the Brewers, because maybe Colin Ray's not out there if the situation is differently. So try to take advantage of it.
0-1 inside. Vaughn nearly clipped. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Let me try that again. Try to take advantage of him at the end of his night.
I knew where you were going.
Yeah.
Tying run at the plate. That's Vaughn. 1-1. Little flare. Back of second base. Horner is out and makes it over the shoulder catch. Well, that's a Gold Glove play right there for Nico Horner. Takes a base hit away. I'm not sure if that ball drops that they don't get Christian Yelich at second base anyway, because he did not veer too far away from the bag, and Crow Armstrong was right there. He may have picked it up and thrown to second base to get the out on Yelich anyway. But Vaughn is retired. Siegler hits. He has walked and lined to center field. Great concentration for him. Nico Horner. Pitch to Siegler. Outside, ball 1. Again, maybe the last batter for Colin Ray. With Bryce Terang on deck and a left-hander in Thielbar ready in the bullpen. Rays 1-0, squaring to bunt. Bunting at third base side. Shaw, bare hand pickup, throw to first, and the pick is good by Bush. Man, the Cubs are flashing the leather tonight. Wow, that looked like it had base hit written all over it. But Shaw came in with the bare hand, and then Bush on the other side, able to pick it clean. Those are things the Brewers have been doing all year to other teams. Well, this is one of the best defensive teams in the league for plays like this. That's a great play by Matt Shaw. That's going to be it for Colin Ray. 5 2/3. Craig Counsell takes the baseball from him. U.S. Sound dealer call to the bullpen has been made. Proud partner of the Brewers, and reminds you that when the game is on, turn your notifications off with us mode. U.S. Sound dealer built for us. Bryce Terang against Caleb Thielbar on the other side of this break. It's 3-1 Chicago on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance.
You like to quietly plot your moves on the diamond, Scorpio, but you also know that it takes the entire team to win a game. Next time you're in the clubhouse, you can initiate a strategy session to maximize everyone's strengths. Working with your teammates to nail down a game plan is the best way to get one step closer to that spot in the postseason.
It is a 1933 Gaudy Babe Ruth card. It is 8.5 PSA. It's graded higher than the one in the Smithsonian.
This card at one point came with a packet or a stick of chewing gum.
This card actually is almost a century old. It was bought for a penny.
So the fact that just the heritage of a card like this is now coming up almost 90 years later into an auction, it's a pretty special moment.
Caleb Thielbar, the left-hander, is coming in for the Chicago Cubs. He'll face Bryce Terang with a runner at second base and 2 outs. Some great defense being played by Chicago in this 6th inning. An over-the-shoulder catch by Nico Horner, taking a hit away from Andrew Vaughn, and then Matt Shaw at third base, taking a bunt base hit away from Anthony Siegler. Pitch to Terang, swinging a ground ball through the right side, base hit. Yelich coming around third. He will score, and it's 3-2. Bryce Terang comes through with his 4th RBI of the series, and the tying run is on for Milwaukee. Charge that run to Colin Ray. His day is done. Gives up the 2 runs. Both Christian Yelich walks. Thielbar, the first pitch fastball, and Ray got the hands through it, got it through the right side. So Bryce Terang is 2 for 2. He's aboard at first. Now Perkins. And Perkins takes wide for ball 1. Perkins hitting from the right side of the plate. See if the Brewers can come up with another 2-out hit. 1-0 pitch is a strike. Inside corner with a fastball. 1 ball, 1 strike. 5 walks for Colin Ray. The Brewers took advantage of it. Looking to do more. Perkins hitting .310 against left-handed pitching this year, and takes inside with a breaking ball. It's 2-1. Just a .200 batting average against righties. See if he can shoot one through the right side. And a toss over to first has Terang back. 21 stolen bases for Bryce Terang. He's been caught 8 times. He's the tying run. Top half of inning number 6. Thielbar's 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. He was trying to shoot one to right. Came up empty. 2 balls, 2 strikes. An RBI ground out for Blake Perkins back in the 2nd inning. Struck out with runners at 2nd and 3rd and 2 away in the 4th. 3-2 Chicago. Brewers threatening. 2-2 pitch. Fouled away. Fastball in on his hands. Thielbar from Randolph, Minnesota. Went to South Dakota State. Longtime twin. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Pulled the string on a curveball. Perkins strikes out. Brewers get one. 2-out RBI single from Bryce Terang. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. 1-run game. Cubs up 3-2 on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance.
This time can't get it, and neither could the fan. Boy, that's when you don't wear flip-flops.
Caminero strikes out, and the bat gets a 7.5 on the distance. But it's stuck to the landing.
That's poked in. That hits the umpire. The ball is in play, and it's a base hit for Frazier.
Roberto Ortiz did what he could to try and get out of the way. Couldn't. Took the wrong direction.
He just didn't know which way to go.
Shelby Miller is the new Brewers pitcher. Miller pitched in game 1 of the doubleheader yesterday, went an inning and gave up a home run. That was the homer to Owen Casey, his first big league home run. Other than that, struck out 3 batters. He'll face Happ, Suzuki, and then Armstrong. 2, 3, and 4 in the Cubs order, with the Brewers chipping away, trailing 3-2 in the bottom of the 6th. First one to Happ, swing and a miss and a splitter. And it's 0-1. Happ today is struck out and grounded out. Hits from the left side against Shelby Miller. Right-hander sets and deals. Missed outside slightly with the splitter. 1 ball and 1 strike. Brewers coming into the action today with a 7-game lead over the Cubs in the division. 1-1 pitch. Popped up, foul, and that'll be in the seats. Cubs hold the season series lead at 6-5. The Brewers come back and win this one tonight. You got the season series rubber match tomorrow. And that's a big deal. No more play-in games, no more game 163 to decide a division champion. 1-2 pitch. Popped up on the infield. Who wants it? Bryce Terang says he does, on the skin of the infield dirt, and makes the catch. Happ is retired. We'll never forget sitting in this booth in 2018 for a game 163 and watching the Brewers win a division crown over the Chicago Cubs, and then absolutely destroy the visiting clubhouse. Yep. That was a celebration for the ages. Pitch to Suzuki is a strike, and then the very next day, because the Brewers won the division, they got to go home and wait for the wild card winner, which was the Colorado Rockies, who was also playing a game 163 against the Dodgers. Pitch is hit off the end of the bat, first base side, and foul. The Rockies ended up losing that game to the Dodgers and became the wild card team, and then had to come to Wrigley and play the Cubs the very next day. The Rockies ended up beating the Cubs, ripped up that visiting clubhouse just as the Brewers did, and then after that a total gut of that clubhouse, and they renovated it, and it's beautiful now. They were going to renovate it anyway, so they just got a head start. Pitch is low on Seiya Suzuki. 1 ball, 2 strikes. But that win by the Rockies knocked the Cubs out of the playoffs.
It was demo day.
Yeah, sledgehammers and everything else.
Pretty sure Chip and Joanna Gaines were in there.
1-2 pitch. Up high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now 163 here. That was one of my favorite moments as a Brewer broadcaster. It was a great day. 2-2 pitch. Down and in. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And by the time the Brewers were finished celebrating and getting on the bus and heading back to Milwaukee, the Dodgers and Rockies game was still being played, and we were watching that game in the clubhouse. 3-2 pitch. Lined, fair inside the bag. It's going to hit off the sidewall and go right to Collins. He picks it up bare hand, throws to second base, and holds Suzuki to a long single. That's a carom that went the Brewers' way. Suzuki laced that ball down the left field line, but it's just a long single. The second hit of the game for the Cubs. Somehow pulled his hands in and able to hit that ball 106 miles an hour on a pitch that was a ball off the inside corner. Quick hands from Seiya Suzuki, but a one-out single, and now it's Pete Crow Armstrong. Pitch home is a ball. Close, 94 right on the corner, and William Contreras looks back at Dan Bellino and says, where'd that miss? A couple of fringy pitches, but it's been a consistent strike zone. Tight, but consistent. 1-0, squaring to bunt, pulling it back and taking a ball down and in. 2 balls and no strikes. That's a huge run over at first base. In Seiya Suzuki, to say the least, after the Brewers just got a run back. Isaac Collins able to keep Suzuki at first with a nice play off the carom. 2-0 pitch is a strike. Top of the zone on Crow Armstrong. 0 for 2 today, and 2 out of 13 in the series. Vaughn holds Suzuki, not a big lead. The pitch, foul back, had a big cut there. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Breeze is still steady, coming in from center field. We've seen it knock down a couple of balls, notably Suzuki's in the first inning. And Shelby Miller wants a new baseball, tosses that one to the side. And they're going to charge him for a step off, for a disengagement. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Pete Crow Armstrong. Where's Shelby Miller going to go in the sequence? Pitch, runner goes, swing and a miss. Throw to second base is going to be late. Suzuki steals the bag. Just his 4th stolen base of the season. Had a huge jump against Shelby Miller. His focus was on Pete Crow Armstrong, and he got him with a split finger fastball. Nothing Contreras could have done. Big ortho ASAP strikeout. That's the 2nd out of the inning. And a man in scoring position for Carson Kelly. 0 for 2. Strikeout and a fly out to right. The pitch to Kelly. Fouled away right side. One for 9 in the series is Carson Kelly. 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Through that splitter down and in. There are times where William Contreras looks as if he's going to backpick from his knees and then ends up throwing a little lollipop throw back to the mound. Twice tonight he has faked out Mizorowski and now Shelby Miller as if he's going to throw a dart to second base, and both times the pitchers were getting down as if the throw was going to go towards their face. 0-2 pitch. Kelly takes a called 3rd strike. Fastball from Shelby Miller. He strikes out Carson Kelly and the inning ends. A base hit by Suzuki is it. We go to the 7th inning. It's 3-2 Cubs on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance.
The pursuit of fair wages and top-of-the-line benefits is achieved.
If you want a Cy Young, 73, 5, and 6, I've got an extra 5. And then it says, has worked as a TV commentator. You know, and I did start back in 1978. I did the Yankees and the Red Sox playing the 1-game playoff. And ABC said if the Yankees win, Reggie will play, and then you'll go broadcast with Howard Cosell and Keith Jackson. And that's how I started my broadcast. And that's the Bucky Dent home run. So every time I see Bucky Dent, I go, thank you for making me a broadcaster.
look outside your window if you're thinking about an upgrade for your windows and doors. Call our friends at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Built for long-lasting comfort and reliability. Right now, score 0% interest for up to 5 years at PellaWI.com. Seventh inning of a one-run game. Here's Lane Grindle.
All right, thank you, Jeff. It is a 3-2 Cubs lead. Brewers have doubled them up in the hit column, 4-2. The trail where it matters. Thielbar's first pitch to Joey Ortiz is a high fly ball on the infield. Second baseman Nico Horner comes in onto the infield grass to make the catch. And there's one away. Got a fastball at 93 on the inner half. And popped it straight up into the air. So quickly one out for the Brewers here in the seventh, and that'll get Sal Frelick to the plate, who's 1 for 3. Brad Keller getting loose in the Cubs pen. First pitch to Frelick is low. It's 1-0. Abner Uribe is getting loose in the Brewers bullpen. Frelick has 6 hits in this series. He has played well here in Chicago this week. 1-0 is low. 2 balls and no strikes. One more between these two teams coming your way tomorrow afternoon. Brewers are hoping it's to determine the series and the season series. 2-0. And Salad squared to bunt, pulled it back, took a fastball down and in. It goes to 3 balls and no strikes on Frelick. Thielbar looks in, and the 3-0 pitch. That caught the inside corner, and it's 3-1. Don't miss George Webb's double play meal deal. 7 cheeseburgers, 2 orders of fries for $17.99. 3-1. Sal, a check swing foul into the camera well. Third base side, 3-2. Win, lose, home or away. Visit GeorgeWebb.com for locations and details. And yes, you can't get the free ones anymore, I don't believe.
No, but they were busy today. Lines wrapped around every George Webb in town.
3-2 pitch from Thielbar is a called third strike. Fastball at 91. Sal Frelick does not like the call, but it was a very, very close pitch. And a good pitch from Thielbar. And there's 2 outs now for Isaac Collins. Right at the very bottom of the strike zone. And Thielbar was impressive yesterday. He's pitched well so far here today, despite giving up the base hit to Terang last inning. Here's a curveball for a strike to Collins. It's 0-1. Probably the last batter here for Thielbar, with Keller getting loose. If Collins would reach, I have to imagine Keller would come in to face Contreras. 0-1. There's a swing and a miss. Swung over the top of a slider. It's 0-2. Three to 2 Cubs. Do the Brewers have a late inning comeback in them tonight? Thielbar looks in. And the 0-2 pitch is a chopper to third. Big hop for Shaw. Pats the glove, fires across in time, retires Collins. Brewers go down in order in the top of the 7th. We go to the bottom half. 3 to 2 Cubs on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance.
When you choose Blue Moon, everything becomes brighter.
Sponsored by IslandResortGolf.com. The island is your premier resort destination, largest north of Milwaukee, and the place to be this summer. Book your trip today at IslandResortAndCasino.com. Abner Uribe takes over on the mound for the Brewers, and he will get Nico Horner to lead things off here in the bottom of the 7th. Uribe making his 60th appearance of the year. He's 2-1 with a 1.82 ERA. Horner, Casey, and Swanson scheduled to hit here in the bottom of the 7th. A 3-2 Cubs lead. Uribe kicks and delivers, and it's in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Horner 0 for 2 today. He's hit it on the ground both times. 1 for 8 in this series. Uribe's 0-1. He is a fly ball into center. It's going to push back Perkins a couple of steps, but plenty of room for him to make the catch. 1 away, and let's pause 10 seconds for station ID on the Brewers Radio Network. With Jeff Levering and Kent Sommerfeld, Lane Grindle with you here tonight. 3-2 Cubs. 1 out, nobody on, bottom of the 7th. Owen Casey is the batter. Uribe brings home the first pitch, and it's a chopper. Back up the middle, but right there is Joey Ortiz. Gets it on a big hop and fires across. And retires Casey. And a couple of very quick outs for Abner Uribe. He's thrown 3 pitches and recorded 2 outs here in the 7th inning. Hey, college students, ring in the new semester at the Brewers College Night on Thursday, September 18th, presented by Northwestern Mutual. Then stick around after the game for a free concert by DJ Diesel. That's also known as Shaq Daddy. Get your tickets at brewers.com/theme nights. Pitch is in there for a strike. It's 0-1. If I showed up at college night, I'd have to wear a turtleneck because that's what I wore in college.
I was thinking, if you saw Shaq, would you call him Shaq Daddy to his face?
Probably not. 0-1. Here's a swing and a miss. Chased a slider, did Swanson. No balls and 2 strikes. I'd like to think I would, but I bet I wouldn't.
Hey, Shaq. That's about all I would get out.
I'd love to meet Shaq. I think he's hilarious. 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Boy, what an impressive 7th inning from Uribe. A 101 fastball at the very top of the zone and an ortho ASAP strikeout of Dansby Swanson. We go to the 8th inning. 3-2 Cubs on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family. It is 3-2 Cubs. We head to the 8th inning and back into the play-by-play. Here's Jeff Levering.
All right, thank you so much, Lane. Brad Keller is the new pitcher for Chicago. Pitched 2/3 of an inning and gave up a base hit in game 1 of the doubleheader yesterday. Faces the heart of the order, starting with Contreras. First pitch coming. Line foul behind the plate, and it's 0-1. Keller has not surrendered a run since the 12th of July. He's not allowed a run in the second half of the season. In fact, he's only allowed 2 hits and 2 walks in that time span. Brewers are going to try and get to him in the 8th. The 0-1. This is down and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. Keller came in the 6th inning and gave up the RBI single to Sal Frelick. Also walked Joey Ortiz as Contreras takes up and in with a fastball. 2 balls and a strike on Contreras. Keller's pitch. Line drive right field, sinking fast, diving and making the play is Casey. Man, I tell you, the Cubs are flashing the defense tonight. They've taken a few hits away from Brewers. That one looked like it was ticketed to be a knock, and Casey came in and made the play. 1 gone in this 8th inning. I mean, this is a carbon copy of yesterday's 2nd game of the doubleheader. The Brewers are hitting line drives all over the place, but atom balls. Here comes the pitch to Yelich, and that is a strike on the corner. 0-1. A 1 pitch. Yelich into center. Back goes Crow Armstrong. Not today. That's a ball that's out on most nights, but not with the wind blowing in. Another line drive that finds a glove. And Andrew Vaughn is the hitter. Get under it a hair more and maybe you could get it out of the ballpark, but that's well struck. Can't do much about that. Andrew Vaughn, a base hit in 3 tries, and takes outside from Keller. Keller's wind up in 1-0. Vaughn swings and misses. 96-mile-an-hour sinker. Today's 8th inning brought to you by the Wisconsin Laborers District Council, representing 9,000 skilled union laborers throughout Wisconsin. Learn more at liunawisconsin.org and feel the power. Vaughn fouls it away onto the rooftop. Count goes to 1-2 on Andrew Vaughn, and it's getting late on the north side of Chicago. Brewers won the opener. Cubs swept the doubleheader last night. 1-2 pitch. Vaughn swings and misses at a sweeper, and the Brewers go 1-2-3 in the top of the 8th inning against Keller. Bottom half coming up. 9-1-2 scheduled for the Cubs. It's a 3-2 Cubs lead on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family.
Biggest thing we're bringing is a brand new Tony Gwynn drop I did with his estate. So we just signed a deal at therealist.com to actually go through his entire archives, present them, and auction them off. And to announce it, we did this limited edition 1994 The Lost Season card. Because, you know, between August of 93 and May of 95, Tony Gwynn batted .406 in 162 games. So in the back, we have the stats of what could have been.
Bottom of the 8th inning, Cubs 3, Brewers 2. Jared Koenig on to work for Milwaukee. He'll face Shaw, Bush, and then Happ. Koenig pitching in his 2nd game of the series. He got the 8th inning in the opener, went 1-2-3 with a strikeout, including a strikeout of Matt Shaw. One bad inning from Jacob Mizorowski, one swing from the Chicago Cubs. That's the difference in the game, as Shaw tried to check his swing, and he did. According to Dan Merzel over at first base. 1 ball, no strikes on Shaw. He's walked and flied to center. 2 hits in 10 at-bats in the series. Shaw drives one down the left field line, very foul. 1-1 on Shaw. Cubs have played outstanding defense in this series. The Brewers have missed a couple of plays, and that's been the difference. The 1-1, a breaking ball for a strike. Today was 3 straight walks to the 7, 8, and 9 hitters, and then a 3-1 count. Michael Busch hit a double into the gap in left center. That's it. Cubs have 2 hits in the game. 1-2 pitch. Shaw lifts to left field. This is trouble. This is gone. Matt Shaw hits a home run. That's his 11th of the season, and the Cubs get some breathing room. (4-2) Chicago as he golfs that one out of the ballpark. Change up, down and in, and Shaw hit it out. Michael Busch has the other 3 RBIs in the game. Faces Koenig, and the pitch is fouled away. That would not have been a strike. It was just down and in. Credit to Matt Shaw for getting the barrel of the bat to it. Sometimes you just tip your cap. Pitch to Busch, grounded foul, first base side for Jared Koenig. 6th home run he has allowed this year. It was the first run that he's allowed in his last 11 appearances. Daniel Palencia, the closer for the Cubs, saved game 1 of the doubleheader yesterday. He's loosening in the Cubs pen. 0-2 pitch. Busch fouled it away late on a fastball at 98 from Koenig. You call August and September the dog days. For me, some are dog days, some are brat days, some are even Pine River cheese spread days. Whatever your flavor you like of that Pine River cheese, it's delicious. 0-2 pitch. Busch takes down and away. No matter what you choose, brats or cheese, make sure you end it with some Cedar Crest ice cream. That is summer in Wisconsin. One-two coming. Busch fouls it away. On a night where it was going to be very difficult to hit a ball out of the ballpark, Matt Shaw turned one around against Jared Koenig. 1-2 to Busch. Foul back. Even when the wind's blowing in the way that it is, you could still get one out of the ballpark down the lines. And that was line enough, basically straight away left field. 4-2 Chicago. The pitch. Busch takes barely low. 98, right around the knees. 2-2 on Michael Busch. From the third base side of the rubber, Koenig at the belt and coming home. Ground ball through the right side of base hit. So Busch, not called out on a pitch just prior, takes a curveball and hits it into right field. 2 straight hits to start this 8th inning. And Ian Happ is the hitter. A homer and now a sharply hit single. Just yanked it through the right side. Busch had 2 hits in the series coming into today's game. Now he's got a 3-run double and a single. Happ is 0 for 3 today, 3 for 11 in the series, and hits from the right side. Koenig deals to Happ, and he's high for ball 1. Got a lot of the plate. Could use a ground ball from Ian Happ. And Koenig throws a strike. No denying that one, and Contreras held it for an extra beat. Grant Anderson playing catch in the Brewers bullpen. One coming. Happ waiting on Koenig's pitch. And that is just a hair off the outside corner. I tell you, Koenig is not missing by much, if at all. All around the strike zone. 2-1. Bush extends his lead by half a step. Good runners count. Stays put. 2-1 pitch. Fouled away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. It's baseball season, also known as Shandy season. Baseball fans, Leinenkugel's Summer Shandy, refreshing Weiss beer, natural lemonade flavor. Leinenkugel's, flavor the moment. Happ waiting on Koenig. 2-2 coming. Ground ball, double play ball. 4, 6, and 3. Terang, Ortiz, and Vaughn. Taylor-made. Ran at the side of the mound. Happ hit it hard, but right at Terang. Brewers as good as anybody, turning those double plays. So 2 outs, nobody on for Seiya Suzuki. Pitch to Suzuki, fly ball right field. Sends Frelick over, still moving. He'll make the catch near the line and short of the warning track for the final out of the inning. Matt Shaw with a solo home run makes it a 4-2 Cubs lead. We will go to the 9th. Siegler, Terang, Perkins scheduled against Palencia. 4-2 Cubs on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance.
This is an ad by
Well, we had a special guest on the field before the game today, Pepe the Penguin.
Pepe was a little cranky today.
If you're at the ballpark with your kid, what's most important? You got to get snacks for Junior. This is a rare father-son first base coaching combo.
Well, after Dinger put up a sign that said, "Mrs. Met, call me," Mrs. Met has her response.
That hit my bat. That was a foul ball I want to hit. He was trying to stay in the hit. See, look, he said foul ball, foul ball. He didn't want to go down to first base. He wanted to hit.
Hometown Crew.
Yelich trying to steal home. Here's the throw to the plate. He's safe.
No matter where you live.
Yelich sprinted home.
This is the Brewers Radio Network.
2 swings from the Chicago Cubs, and they lead this one by a score of 4-2. And Daniel Palencia is coming in to try and close this one out for Chicago. Cubs have played stellar defense today, taking hits off the board, runs off the board, and 2 swings. A 3-run double from Michael Busch in the 3rd and a solo homer from Matt Shaw. That's it. The Brewers have scored their 2 runs on 4 hits, an RBI ground out from Blake Perkins in the 2nd inning, and an RBI single from Bryce Terang in the 6th. Palencia looking for his 18th save. It's his 44th appearance. Anthony Siegler leads it off, and the first pitch from Palencia is a strike at the top of the zone at 99. Palencia saved game 1 of the doubleheader yesterday, but did walk a batter, gave up a hit before getting a double play ground out to end the game. 0-1. Check swing. Did he go? Did. 0-2. Jordan Baker down at 3rd made the call, and time used. And Brewers had some traffic against Palencia. Going to have to be the bottom part of the order to do it today. 0-2 pitch to Anthony Siegler. Palencia sets and throws. Very high and tight at 101. Waited till the pitch timer got down to 1 before he lifted the leg and came back. One ball, 2 strikes on Siegler. The pitch struck him out. Fastball up and in and chased it Siegler's out number 1. That was 99 right around the hands. So 1 gone in this 9th inning, and it's Bryce Turang. Turang, an RBI single in the 6th, doubled in the 4th, walked in the 2nd. Both teams 1 for 5 with runners in scoring position today. Pitch to Turang is a half swing and a miss at a slider from Palencia. You got to guess one way or the other. It would seem against a guy that throws as hard as Palencia. 100-mile-an-hour fastball plus. 0-1. Line foul. That was a fastball at 101 that was shoulder high. Somehow Turang got some wood on it. 4-2 Cubs in the 9th. Oh-2 pitch. Line back up the middle. Base hit Bryce Turang, and the tying run is coming up. Whistled and 100-mile-an-hour fastball right back where it came from. And it's a 3-for-3 day for Bryce Turang. Caleb Durbin will hit for Blake Perkins. Durbin had a base hit against Palencia yesterday in Game 1. So he'll hit in Perkins' spot. And Danny Jansen is in the on-deck area. He would hit for Joey Ortiz. Right now, it's Durbin against Palencia. Tying run at the plate. The pitch is a strike right down the middle at 100. The home run by Shaw, giving Palencia extra breathing room, made it 4-2, as opposed to a 1-run game where the tying run is aboard at first base. That was a big hit against Jared Koenig. 0-1 on Durbin. The pitch is high. 1 ball, 1 strike. A win tonight, and the Cubs win the season series and win this series. 1-1 pitch. Durbin, chopper foul into the Cubs dugout. But even with a win today, the Brewers still have a 6-game lead in the division, and the Brewers could win tomorrow and get it back to a 7-game lead in the division. Still a lot of positive vibes. 1-2 pitch to Caleb Durbin. He went around on a breaking ball. That's strike 3. Danny Jansen off the bench for the Brewers. He'll pinch hit for Joey Ortiz. That was a nasty slider. Jansen, who caught Monday's game and then caught the nightcap last night, doubled in 3 at-bats last night. 1 for 6 in the series. Trying to strike against Palencia. Turang takes off. Jansen takes low. Ball 1. So Turang goes into scoring position on defensive indifference. Man at the plate means everything. 1-0 on Jansen. No batting gloves. Palencia at the belt. Here's the pitch. Ground ball, third base. It's under the glove of Shaw down the left field line. Turang scores. Jansen stops at first, and the Brewers have life. Shaw was playing on the line, and the ball snuck underneath his glove. That looked to be a surefire, game-ending ground ball, but it trickled under the glove, and there's hope in that Brewers dugout. It's 4-3. Jansen, a pinch hit, RBI base hit. Yeah, Shaw definitely should have made that play. And now Tommy Hotovy is out. And he's going to go chat with Palencia. So the defensive indifference leads to a run. Jansen picks up the run batted in. He will be run for by Brandon Lockridge. That's now the tying run. And you have the top of the order at the plate. Sal Frelick, who faced Palencia in Game 1 and drew a walk against him. Trying to extend the game. 2 hits in this inning, and how big was that home run by Shaw now? That's a good day of work right there for Danny Jansen. Pitch hit, RBI single. Frelick at the plate, fans on their feet at Wrigley. Lockridge takes his lead in the pitch to Frelick is a ball. Ooh. Wow. 99 on the corner and not called. It's been tight all night. That should have been a strike. 1-0 coming. Down and in. 2 balls and no strikes. 99 on that fastball from Palencia. Wind whipping in from center field. Here's the pitch. That's a strike. Inside corner at the knees. 2 balls and a strike. Outfielders deep and straight away. Trevor McGill is loosening just in case. 2-1 on Frelick. Palencia. Deep breath and a toss to first and almost threw it down the right field line. Bush had to come off the bag to snag it. Palencia threw that ball about 100 over to first base. Lockridge with great speed. He's over at first. 2-1. And that is high with a splitter from Palencia. 3 balls and a strike. And he's one out of the zone from putting the tying run in scoring position. Lockridge extends his lead. 3-1. Runner goes. That is a strike. Throw to second base. And Lockridge is safe. Lockridge steals the bag. He's in scoring position. Craig Counsell holding play up. They will challenge the play at second base, and he was not very confident in that challenge. He's doing it just to do it to see. But the Cubs will challenge this play.
That was a what do we have to lose?
Yep. Chicago is challenging the safe call at second base. The previous play is under review.
So let's take a look. Every replay review brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, built for long-lasting comfort and reliability. Right now, score 0% interest for up to 5 years at PellaWI.com. Take another look, and I think he's safe. Got that oven mitt on the bag, and I think Cubs fans are seeing the replay, and I don't think this one's going to get overturned.
This should get confirmed, not even stand. It's a good job getting that left hand in there.
Got a great jump. I think this call should stay the way it is. Here's Bellino.
After review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. The runner is safe. Chicago loses this challenge.
The way that Craig Counsell put his hands over his ears, it seemed as if I'm just going to do it to do it. Every stolen base, another donation to Special Olympics Wisconsin, courtesy of Delta Dental and Dental Vision. 2 great plans, one name you trust. All right, 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Frelick at the plate. Tying run at second base. Palencia into his stretch. The 3-2 coming. Inside, ball 4. And now the go-ahead run is on base, and Isaac Collins will hit. So Palencia racking up the pitches.
Yeah, your focus right now is on trying to get this game tied or taking the lead, and it's about this game, but this is probably going to impact his availability tomorrow after he threw yesterday, too.
Well, it's up to Collins. Collins with first and second, 2 outs. Looking for his first hit of the series. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Had a slider and a good cut. Came up empty. Lockridge, Frelick, the runners. Outstanding speed. Collins 0 for 11 in this series. 0-1. Palencia at the belt. Here's the pitch. Down and in. Yanking that fastball a bit. 1 ball and 1 strike. Man of the hour, Isaac Collins. The rookie of the month for July. Has been hot in the month of August. Can he stay hot tonight? 1-1 pitch. Is inside for a ball. 2 balls and a strike. That was maybe 2 balls off the inside corner. Base hit to the outfield. Lockridge has a great chance to score. Best throwing arm in center with Crow Armstrong. 2-1 pitch. Up and in. Down goes Collins. 3 balls and a strike. That one almost hit him.
Yeah, he can't locate that fastball all of a sudden. And if Collins could reach and you get Contreras to the plate. Whew.
Repeat of the situation from game 1 yesterday. Tying run standing at second base. 3 balls and a strike on Collins. Got to be on a tee. Palencia throws home. And a swing and a miss. He threw a slider on 3-1. He's only locating his off-speed stuff right now. Collins will use his timeout. Everybody on their feet. 36,000 plus. A 4-3 game in the top half of inning number 9. Lockridge, the runner at second. He's the tying run. Go-ahead run. Frelick at first. Palencia ready to work. The runners will go. The pitch. Up and away. Ball 4. He tried to throw another breaking ball. That one slipped out of his hand. Palencia tapping his chest to his dugout saying, I got him. And now the margin for error is none, as Contreras is coming up. These two faced each other in game 1 of the doubleheader yesterday, as Carson Kelly is out to go chat with Palencia. Ryan Brazier is ready in the Cubs bullpen. The Brewers had runners at first and second with 1 out, and Contreras hit a seed to third. It turned into a game-ending 5-4-3 double play. Can William Contreras come up with a big hit to give the Brewers the lead? He digs in against Palencia. Contreras 0 for 3 lifetime against the Cubs closer. 25 pitches in the inning. Tying run at third. Here's the pitch. And strike 1 right down the middle at 99. Lockridge getting a ton down the third baseline. A ball that skips away from Kelly, and he's got a chance to score. 0-1 on Contreras. Hit a bullet to right his last time. 0-1 pitch. Strike 2 called. 2 straight fastballs, well located, and the Brewers are down to their final strike. Bases loaded, 2 outs, 0-2 the count on Contreras. Palencia at the belt and deals. Line drive, caught! The snow cone catch by Nico Horner at second base. And the ball game is over. Oh my goodness. The Brewers come up 90 feet short as Contreras hit a BB, but at the wrong guy. Nico Horner ranging to his left, able to make the catch, and the ball stayed in his glove, snow cone style. And the Cubs hang on and win it by a final score of 4-3. Well, a lot of drama in this one, but the Cubs win it by 1. 4-3 the final. We'll wrap it up in just a moment on the Brewers Radio Network.
This is Al Feckler at Cannon & Dunphy. We've been helping people just like you for over 40 years, and we've never been about gimmicks or billboards, just 40 years of proven results. If you've been injured, call the team at Cannon & Dunphy so that we can get you the help you need.